Okay, I'm ready. Tell me when we're live.
We should be live.
If we're live and you got to catch my jive,
Your
what's going on,
jive.
YouTube? We're back once again here on OnlyCops to do an officer breakdown. We're going to break down some sweet internet stuff. Let me make sure I don't have my volume super blasted on this. I will be keeping track of the comments. Bill, tirelessly as always, put together a bunch of Instagram videos and YouTube videos for us to talk about. These cover the whole spectrum of a law enforcement experience. If you guys have any questions while you're live, go ahead and ask them in the live chat.
And yeah, answer your own questions.
Yeah. And then you can ask them after the fact. We keep track of comments. And if you have any suggestions and stuff like that, let us know. We do have a Patreon if you're new to watching this. If you're coming from TikTok or you're just new to our channel, feel free to join that. We have a Discord attached to that. It is as little as $1 a month.
Yeah, bums.
And we're going to be doing a merch giveaway. If you're seeing this within the first quarter of 2021 or 2022, shit, it's already that far. Once we reach 100,000 subscribers, or no, 50,000 subscribers on TikTok or followers on TikTok, and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, producer Juan has authorized a merch giveaway. I don't know what exactly we're giving away, but it's like $80 worth of stuff, which is pretty nice. So, anyways, we're gonna be doing that stuff, and with all that's out of the way, so producer Juan can be happy. His tithing of a shout out has been given.
We
have appeased the social media gods.
Yes.
We will get on with the content.
Yes.
Bill, take it away, my dude.
Okay, this one you're gonna have to wait just a little bit to see the police interaction, but it's glorious.
This fool, look at this dude, man. Going in the right lane. Boy, somebody pissed somebody off this morning. Look at that. Golly, there he goes again. You'll kill somebody. Hey, look at him.
God, dude. In a panel van.
It's like a work van, dude.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Look at that.
Look at him. Look at this dude.
I wonder if he has a how's my driving sticker.
Look, she's
oh shit, right?
She threw a drink can out of the window at him.
In 2.9 miles, turn right to merge onto I-40 West.
That's what happens.
And
oh snap!
Oh, who's that?
Get him! I hope that's the
Who's that in a Charger?
Yeah! Get him, baby! Tear his head up!
Jesus, dude.
His reaction is everything I lived for as a cop.
I would say it happened almost 10 times in my career, where it is often with PIs. This was the most common with PIs.
Yeah.
You would have some sort of event going on, and like everything in society, we can't have nice things because there's ignorant people. Boom is here, bro. I hope I didn't miss this comment, bro. Shout out to Boom11. He was mysteriously part of our Let's Play 2 days ago, so I appreciate you coming
mysteriously.
in. Yeah. Apparently, an alphabet agency came and shut down its internet. He was having too much fun.
I could see
that. You'd have a PI which public intoxication for those of you that are not in the know, and this guy will be like flinging beer bottles, being super ignorant, disruptive. And the second you showed up as a uniform officer, hopefully with a backup because you're not an idiot, I've gotten standing ovations.
Oh yeah, that's when. Like the only time people are happy to see you.
Yeah. Like, bro, and it's because people want to live their day. They want to go out and have a good time or whatever. Now, there's plenty of times where people are like excited that I showed up because they thought that like I was going to be on their side on something.
And then they went to jail.
Yeah, then they went to jail. They're probably less excited about it.
Usually.
That being said, his excitement brought me some joy. I hope the officer that actually pulled that person over got to see that video because it would have done something for him.
Yeah. Seriously.
That being said, don't be a dick. Road rage is like the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. Honestly. And it was probably like morning traffic. So guess what, buddy? Everybody's annoyed to be on the road. It's not just you.
It is what it is. Who was that? Who did that post? I want to give credit where credit is due.
Look at this fool.
Cop humor. Shout out. That's a new one on our feed for this. So shout out to Cop Humor.
Yeah, now that I save enough police-related Instagram posts, I start getting like, stuff suggested.
Hold on. Boom says we got a shortage on every. I guess he meant everything now. Apparently, Wi-Fi. Damn. He's complaining about Brandon. I love it.
Hey man, Brandon hasn't made it here to my Wi-Fi yet, so
He hasn't come
fingers
to
crossed,
mine,
buddy.
so.
Fingers crossed.
Put a little baby Jesus in the chat for Boom's internet.
Yeah. So.
All right, please post. Solid person on our channel as always. Go ahead and
make sure you watch this one real close. There's music, so I don't want to play the sound.
Oh, I got you. Wow, I liked that.
You like the frisk with the gun out?
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
This is precisely.
Look at this. So this hand is frisking.
Yeah.
This hand has his pistol out.
No.
Yeah.
I wonder where this is.
He's a motorcycle cop somewhere.
I wonder where it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Pretty bad, dude. Pretty bad.
So, and I don't like to dick on these too much, but like, if you feel safe enough to frisk somebody, you probably don't need your gun out.
Well, and by the looks of it, I would guess this was after an event or at an event, and he is severely outnumbered.
Sure.
But at that point, sit him down.
Let him go. Like, well, also like.
Well, if they've done something to like legitimately be detained, have them sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down right there, like. I'd feel more comfortable looking at somebody seated than this crap. But
I've had somebody is really I learned that to shout out to senior officers that I learned from. We had to have somebody out at gunpoint, and we just told them, look, grab like the chest of your shirt, basically pull it up because we don't want them reaching for their waistline.
Right.
Basically wrinkle up their shirt so we could check their waistline, and we told them turn your pockets inside out slowly, obviously because we don't want anything stupid happening.
Yeah.
And we've done cursory searches basically at gunpoint. Now, there could be some arguments for constitutionality. I can maybe understand that. And there could be
we have no context, which sucks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I'd like to know what they were detained for, like what the call was, where this knife came from. Like, were they looking for somebody with a knife?
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but it is what it is. But there's a lot of action going on here.
Also from police posts.
Shout out to police posts. Georgia State Patrol. Look at him on the radio. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
What an animal.
Terrible cat.
Oh, he wow, he got it stuck.
Dude.
That's legit.
We don't need to hear them yelling, but yeah, so the guy's running obviously, but he straight up just curved that car. Did he hit him? No, he jumped.
The guy jumped the thing. Jeez, dude. What a
So,
wild situation.
Kind of like you were talking about TikTok. How close do you think this dude's backup is?
Yeah, not
so
close,
far away.
Probably. Bro,
Like-
shut up. Was this Georgia State Patrol?
Yeah.
Bro, this guy's got a bigger dick than me. Look at him.
Here's the comment. Look at this.
Yep.
Texas is number 1.
I
It's true.
tell you what.
Those guys don't care.
They got, you want to talk about a long leash, dude.
Yeah.
Literally, their GOs is basically penal code.
Yeah.
Our GOs was like triple the size of Texas penal code.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd almost argue that theirs was less
Than penal code?
They had like penal code, and they had like
Probably on some things.
addendums.
Yeah,
for
they're like,
troopers
we'll
that
figure
like,
this out in court.
We'll figure it out in court. Fuck it. Dude.
And
Their
the
SOPs are insane.
professional courtesy does not apply.
Does not apply to troopers, no.
They don't care.
Pro skills, I agree, Boom 11. And 1,000 hours on police simulator level. Jesus.
Probably, dude.
Oh, I agree. I agree completely.
He was smart because as soon as he saw the rear end of that car go up, he moved to the back of his patrol car because he didn't know.
Dude, I tell you what, too. Like, he like, basically got that other car stuck.
Yeah.
And then he had the presence of mind of this dude's footing it, right? And he's like, fuck chasing this guy. Like, he just got in his car. Like, I don't know. Like, shout out to, was it Georgia State Patrol? Like,
yeah,
what an animal.
Georgia.
Now, the other thing I'm going to point out, so let's say he didn't steal it, right? I'm going to give this suspect the benefit of the doubt and say that he didn't steal this car, which it is what it is.
Maybe.
Let's say it's his, right?
Yeah.
You then drive your car into a patrol car, right? At a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
That's pointing a gun at you, telling you to stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much so that he's forced to then, like, ram your car all onto a curb. And then you run. I don't even know if he knew that other person. He was maybe even trying to carjack that other person.
Yeah, the other vehicle that was in that parking lot.
The other vehicle that was in the background there.
Yeah.
Because he saw the chick, like, get out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then this officer runs, and then you like, and I always point this: at what point was de-escalation going to work there? At what point was, like, do you just say fuck it with the suspect? Like, it's a legitimate question for people. Like, if you're posed with that problem, and this guy's going to steal cars, he's going to jump and run and ram vehicles and all that kind of stuff. Like, at what point do you say fuck it? Like, I want Judge Dredd here. Like, I don't want the, like, social worker.
I think once he made the decision to hit the police car.
But that's what I'm getting at. And, like, a lot of people, like, and you'll see instances like this with the Jacob Blake case was like that. To an extent, Breonna Taylor was like that. You have a lot of these instances where people are like, oh my God. We just had a recent one. I don't know if it was LA. It was a kid. He was, like, asleep that did a no-knock warrant. And this kid's, like, asleep on the bed. He wakes up, grabs a handgun as the cops are coming in, and they shoot and kill this kid. And,
was that the one that Coleon talked about today?
I think it was. Yeah,
and
it was a
lock.
But, like, you're suspected. It's like a murder warrant. Too.
Yeah,
it's
they
like
were looking for two suspects of a murder.
Sure.
So,
like, at what point, from a civilian perspective, are you like, okay, fuck it? Like, the police gotta do what the police gotta do. Like, it's an interesting, because you're never forced with that. Like,
you're never gonna agree with that till they murder someone that you know and love.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Like
yeah.
when the civilian died in me, you know what I mean? Which I wish I could resurrect, but the civilian in me truly believed you could de-escalate your way out of any situation, and I genuinely felt bad for everyone I interacted with. That was, regardless of where they were at in the criminality spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And then I started interacting with people in the criminality spectrum, and there's, like, users that I still felt pretty bad for, people with no help with MHMR issues I felt pretty bad for. You know, there was kids, you know, that are generally probably, like, under the age of 14 felt bad for. There was a cutoff there.
And it depended on their interaction with us.
Like, violent felonies, fuck them. Like, there was a very, and that seems callous from the outside. Well, you don't know what circumstances. I met people in the shittiest of circumstances.
Dude, listen,
not run around robbing people. There's the guy.
Hundreds of millions of Americans.
Where I office right now, I have to drive through stop 6 to get home.
Ugh.
And there's a guy there, super. I mean, he's SIG 20 as fuck. So, like, he's got very severe mental health disabilities, and he's homeless, chronically homeless. And he will walk up and down traffic, he's panhandling. Doesn't mess with nobody. Doesn't he? Literally, this is what he does. He'll walk up, give you, like, a look, like, hey, you gonna help me out today? And then he walks off. That's it. That's all he does. And he's clean walking through traffic. But you know what? I have zero issue with that guy. Doesn't block traffic.
He's not stealing.
He's not stealing.
That we
He's
know
not
of.
violently robbing people or whatever.
Yeah.
Or at the very minimum, in that moment, I have some sympathy for that guy.
Yeah.
The second he goes to go rob a bank, fuck him. Like that's
Here's the real question.
yeah.
Do you give him any money?
No, hell no, hell no.
Had
That
to
sounds
ask.
callous. That sounds
Had to
callous.
ask.
But
No, not when you
I
see what that money gets them.
well, and on
If you're
top
on the
of
other
that,
end.
like, I spent, I'd say, no less than 40% of my time on patrol helping homeless people, and some of these people did not want to help. Very frustrating.
Remember that one guy? Remember that one guy that was in that creepy old abandoned building with that wheelchair?
Shit, yeah.
And we went and
Where's
checked on
that?
him. We went and checked on him like, I don't know, for 3 or 4 weeks in a row.
Yep.
And every time he was like, "No, I'm good. I'm fine.
I'm good, dude. I'm
No,
good, dude.
I'm good."
Asbestos-filled fucking abandoned. I think it was like like old suites for like businesses.
Well, yeah, because
Like
remember we
old
went into that
shitty
one?
Yeah,
We went inside that one because we thought somebody had broken into it.
and like it sounds sad.
It was
and, like,
cleaner,
shitty.
cleaner than the motel.
100,000%.
So
You're less likely to get robbed and shot there than the fucking motels, but
yeah,
it's just different. And I always challenge people with this because, well, that's callous and that's not fair. How many homeless people have you helped? Like, legitimately, like, gone into their homeless encampment,
yeah.
physically drug them out of there because they were ODing on, like, heroin or something. They fought and tried to eat your face off,
Yeah.
and you still judiciously brought them to EMS uninjured and took them to the hospital and made sure they got the like, flea bath and the whole nine. Like,
If your answer is 0, don't at me.
exactly. Been there, done that. Been
Yeah.
spit on. I've been kicked.
Several times.
I got dysentery one time.
Yeah.
It's,
Remember
He was
that?
not-
Remember that
yeah.
dude we chased through the apartment complex?
oh,
That ran down into those woods and was like yelling. He's one that I don't feel bad for because he steals a lot of stuff.
there was the other guy. There's the other guy at the what the hell is it called? Is that the caravan? The little.
When
Anyways, this we're about to leave. I think
Okay.
you were with me.
yeah,
I don't
I
remember
was.
if you were.
I was.
But he jumped from the second story.
Yeah.
He jumped off, and I didn't know if he left. I had to check an entirely abandoned motel.
Yeah, that
Had,
that
like,
was
a-
a rookie's call that we jumped on because the rookie saw this dude like right in front of him, didn't do anything. So
I had to walk through
Yeah.
like 6 inches worth of rat shit for an hour,
yeah,
making sure that this guy wasn't like.
and there was
injured inside of this
legit
motel.
still people living there.
Anyways,
Legitimate.
I could go on for a while about homelessness.
Yeah. So
All right.
here's
Mike the Cop.
Here's from Mike the Cop. This is a
This
long
video.
one, but it's worth it.
This was
I'm ready.
threatened by this police officer. The man threatens to pull me out of the car. We shouldn't be afraid to drive and get pulled over by the police.
Good afternoon. My name is Sergeant Sasser. I'm in the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, how are you?
Doing well. Just need to see your driver's license and your vehicle registration.
I showed him my license.
It's a very
asked him why I
seven-step
was
approach.
stopped,
Yeah.
and he said that I was going 70 and a 65 or 60 and a
pause it real
some
quick.
kind of small.
Regardless of what you got stopped for, you're really making a TikTok while driving.
Oh,
And like holding.
just
the phone.
wait, dude. Yeah,
Anyways.
it gets better as she's driving the whole
It
time.
makes me a little nervous. It makes me, and we have levied many a complaints while watching these videos against police officers. But I'm
Mhm.
very open minded to this.
Yeah.
We are not new to shitting on cops.
Yeah,
This is already I see some red flags here.
definitely.
On the subject's part.
Yeah.
Officer's part.
Different.
Yeah, the reason I'm stopping you, I clocked you at 70. The speed limit here is 55.
Jesus.
Did you hear what she said?
Okay, and I'll say this once, and hopefully producer Juan can catch this and know this. Ignorance of the law is not an affirmative defense to prosecution. That's what a lawyer would explain to you.
But there's no sign.
Yeah.
So if there's no sign, I assume everything is 70 miles an hour.
The logic in that is like saying, well, she was passed out.
Yeah,
She didn't say no.
she didn't say no. It
It
gets
sounds
be-
shitty. Or you're like, oh, you're comparing apples to no. It's literally I can drive 70 because there was no stop sign. What about
speed
100?
limit sign.
That's what it is, or speed limit sign or whatever.
Yeah.
What about 100 miles per hour?
You're gonna
Why
love
not
what she
100
says
100?
next.
Anyway, we'll keep going.
It's
I'm already mad.
Okay.
Also, pause it. In talking, she just fucked herself on this ticket. To be fair, she, in her explanation, she admits the speeding, but it is.
All right, I appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah, your vehicle,
It's a rental car.
it's rental, just should have a rental agreement.
I'm gonna reach in here and get
That's fine.
Beside no traffic signs, by the way. No traffic signs. By the time I stopped at a convenience store to get a banana, and by the time I had gone to where he immediately pulled me over when he saw me, I gave him my license registration for the rental car that I'm driving. I just come back from the MEAC conference. My daughter was playing tennis in the MEAC conference championship. I'm on the way back to Greenville, South Carolina. The cop comes back with the ticket. I'm on the phone with my cousin. She's saying, stay calm. I'm nervous, having both hands on the wheel, feeling all afraid. He comes back, and when he comes back, he gives me the ticket. And I said, so this is not a warning ticket. So that I didn't see any signs. There were no signs. He said, well, you can go back and look for signs.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Thank you. And you still live in South Carolina?
Yeah, I live in South Carolina. I was in Norfolk, Virginia at a MEAC tennis tournament, and I'm on the way back to Greenville.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Just hold tight for a quick moment, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, ma'am. What I have here for you, it is a traffic summons for Brunswick County General.
It's a traffic summons?
Yes, for Brunswick County General District Traffic Court. Your court date is going to be June the 6th at 10:30 for the 70 and a 55 mile per hour zone.
Where's your sign? Where is the sign that says it's 55 miles an hour?
In numerous places.
Numerous places where, I mean, between the gas station I just came from, right there.
Do you know where every speed limit sign is?
Nope.
I mean, numerous places back that way. You're more than welcome to go back there and look at them. I mean, take pictures of them, whatever you want to do.
So you didn't give me a warning, you gave me an actual ticket?
Yeah, no warnings today, ma'am. So your court date is going to be June the 6th at 10:30 for the speeding of 70 and a 55.
I said, okay, so this is not a warning ticket. He said, no, this is not a warning ticket. So I said, okay. And my cousin's on the phone on speaker. He can't see that she's on the phone because it's on speaker on the other chair. So he said, well, you'll need to sign this ticket. And I said, why would I need to sign the ticket? I don't agree with, and this is just something that I don't think, I said, I won't be signing the ticket, but I'll take the ticket. He said, no, you'll need to sign the ticket. I said, I don't agree. I didn't see a sign. I'll abide by the ticket, but I'm not gonna put my signature on that ticket. And he said, well, if you don't put the signature on this ticket, I'll pull you out of the car and then I'll arrest you and I'll impound the car.
If you contact our courts, they will tell you what the fine is, answer any one of your questions, and if you decide to prepay it, then you do not have to come to court. But if you want to prepay it, if you don't want to prepay it, then you have to come to court on June the 6th at 10:30.
I'll hire an attorney.
Need you to sign right here?
I'm not going to sign that ticket.
Ma'am. Okay.
But I don't have to sign it.
So, ma'am.
But I appreciate it.
Hold on. All right. So, what you're signing here is a promise to either come to court or a promise to prepay. It's not an admission of guilt. It's only a promise to me that you're going to get it taken care of by either coming to court or prepaying it. If you refuse to sign the summons at this point, I'm going to have to get you outside of the police car, outside of this car. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you in front of the magistrate. I will get your vehicle towed and go from there. So, yes, ma'am, you do not have a choice. You have.
I do not like to be told what to do. I abide by the law. I'm respectful of the law, but you can't make me sign a ticket. So I went ahead and signed the ticket only because I was immediately afraid, and he looked like he was ready for me to pull me out of the car. He didn't say, I'll ask you to step out of the car. He said, I'll pull you out of the car.
Fuck it, I'll let you finish the video. I'll say what I gotta say.
And I'll arrest you, and I'll impound your car. And I said, okay. So and he said, well, I don't care. You're gonna get out of this car. I'll just pull you out of the car. After he heard her, he thought that was me. So I signed the ticket.
I don't care who's on the phone. I'm talking to you right now. You do not have a choice but to sign the summons. So once again, you're signing right there. So thank you. I knew you were going to sign it. Thank you very much.
This is where I am. So it's not like I'm not afraid. Because
He said thank you.
We got lynched. This is where we got lynched. This is where even in today's day, even Freddie Gray, we can be in Baltimore. You don't have to be in a rural area.
Oh my God.
But I was literally afraid that he was going to pull me out of the car, impound my car, and I'd be Sandra Bland.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. Appreciate it very much. And you have a very safe day. Okay? Thank you.
How many racially charged names can I throw into this video?
Jeez. So, what's shitty? The shittiest part about this?
Yeah.
Is like, you're going to take people that have actually been hurt, whether justified or not, in a law enforcement altercation, and compare their situation to yours, where you had an officer tell you that you were speeding, hand you a piece of paper, explain the ticket to you.
All very nicely, I'm going to add. Like, he was very nice.
And then post about it for attention.
And lie.
Not to bring awareness to potential police misconduct, to just complain because you need the attention.
Yeah.
And you need people to feel bad for you, not for the people that have actually suffered at the hands of law enforcement, but feel bad for you because you decided to speed and happened to get caught.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off about it. Like, that there's oh man, I'm gonna get to the chant. Wow, imagine crying over this. Boom. Agreed. Of the things to cry, this.
Well, if you're looking for attention, you got to add the tears.
So. How is that so? You wrote on paper the injustice. Jesus, boom. So yeah, and what's frustrating about this is there's a lot of times right now with the way that the narrative's being played. Again, because every cop, some raging maniac, according to people on the internet. You know, everyone's unhinged. Yeah. I have literally stopped someone from darn near beating their spouse to death, right? Without hurting anyone.
Probably multiple times.
Put this person into handcuffs. Yeah, put this person into handcuffs. They were acting up after, I guess they hurt their hands or something after beating their spouse almost to death.
Well, they broke their hand punching the wall before they hit their wife. So.
Probably. And so I then took this person into custody, and they were like, "Oh, you're hurting?" So I asked for EMS to come out there. EMS came up there, and they decided to get in a fight with EMS. Decided to get in a fight with me. Again, was never hit, was never punched, was never nothing. As I'm bringing him out of this apartment, we had to strap him to a chair to like get him down the stairs because we were nervous about him trying to like jump or pull one of us down there. So we literally just strap him to a chair for his safety, mind you.
Yeah. As
we're going down there, like 10 or 15 people came out of their apartments and were like acting like we were lynching the guy.
Yeah.
It was the most like frustrating thing ever. It was like, you have no idea.
Was that in the 40s?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know which apartment complex too.
I know. I figured I'd ask.
Actually, there's a couple of.
I know which one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Either what I'm getting at is like, it happens so often where people who are absolutely not being subjected to any level of oppression.
Yeah.
Or any level of misconduct, but want to like hold that banner like it happened to me.
Yeah.
And you should feel bad for it. It's like stolen valor for oppression. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Stolen valor for oppression.
And but like it happened all the time.
We should come up with something for that.
Nuts. It was nuts how often I saw that happen or even experienced this.
Yeah.
Where I was like, dude, you just kicked in your girlfriend's door, got in a fight with his dad, and beat his brother half to death while choking said girlfriend out. And I managed to get you into handcuffs without hitting you, shooting you, stabbing you, nothing. Yeah. And I'm the asshole?
That's
like,
somehow magically.
Yeah, somehow magically I'm the asshole. It's been, I don't know, it's whatever. Hello to this random Russian bot. What's going on? Please don't invade Ukraine. And let's see. That made as much sense. Boom, just know we love you. We'll keep going. Mike the Cop. We'll keep going here.
So this should remind you of a certain TikTok skit.
We're ready.
I need your name. Your full name.
I'm not giving you any name.
Hear me out.
You're harassing me for money.
I don't even plan to write your ticket.
Did you write this road piracy going on in Hayes County? Going on?
Huh?
You want money today? Is that what you want?
I don't want money. I want your driver's license.
Here.
You just try to bribe a police officer?
This is what he wants from us today. Go ahead.
I don't want your bank card.
Go ahead and take it from us.
I want your driver's license.
I'm not giving you driver's license.
Sir, I don't want your debit card. I want your driver's license.
This is my ID. Go ahead and take it.
I need your driver's license. You're committing a violation of failed to identify.
Okay, well, take me to jail then. Go ahead.
You think I want to take you to jail?
Arrest me.
Why do I want to take you to jail?
Because that's what you want. You want money from us.
No, I don't. Is this child not in a safety restraint?
I don't answer questions from
You don't have to answer questions. You can
tyrants
look.
that are trying to get money from me.
I'm not looking to take you to jail.
Chris, what's going on?
You're here to
It's
steal
okay
money
that you're late.
from
We
us.
still love you, Chris.
You're here to steal money from us is what you're doing.
How am I stealing money from you?
Because you do it all the time. You pull the people over, impound their car. You
How am I
write
going
them
to impound
ticket.
your car?
You're
Why
not
would I
taking my
impound-
car. That's just it.
Why would I impound it?
Because I'm refusing to give you money.
I've yet to ask for money.
Pull a gun on me if I don't ID? Are you gonna tase me? What are you gonna do?
Your actions dictate the stop. I would have been done and on my way already.
Okay,
if
I'm
you
gonna
would've
go
just-
ahead and exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent because I have done nothing wrong. You're just harassing
Okay,
me.
you can remain
That's fine in
silent all you
jail.
want, but
Okay.
that doesn't prevent the fact that you have to provide proof of identification on
I'm
traffic stop.
refusing to ID. I have done no crime.
Sir, you're making this a lot harder than it
Verbally
is.
admitted
All I
to
need
failed
is your
ID.
Texas
Yeah.
driver's license or your name and date of birth.
Where's this
I
at?
make sure you're not wanted,
I don't
and you
know.
go on about your merry way. Driver's license. Sir, you're making this a lot harder than it needs to be. All I need is your Texas driver's license.
Texas.
Texas, no.
I'm not surprised, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either, let's be honest.
Or your name and date of birth.
There's some
I
ignorant
make sure
parts
you're
of
not
Texas.
wanted, and you go on about your merry
Texas
way.
is huge,
My
so
name
you're gonna
is-
run into it.
Tax-paying citizen. That's my
Same.
name.
I pay taxes myself.
Okay, stop harassing my wife.
He's talking.
Nothing. I don't know. We just turned around because we were gonna go look for a hubcap that fell off our tire, and the cop turned around and he stopped us. I don't know why.
Since you know harassment, tell me what harassment is.
If we have his name, y'all will be.
What a savage cop. Since you know what harassment is.
I don't know.
No, I'm calling my buddies because you're a felon to comply.
He doesn't have no warrants.
This
He
is
doesn't
like
have
a
any.
gang now. You're calling all your homeboys to come jump me.
Are we jumping you? Have we put hands on you?
They're
Have we-
about to keep recording, Leo.
Good.
Give him your name so we can get on our way, please.
Her name is tax-paying citizen.
Awesome, write your ticket. I told you from the get-go I was going to write you a
Probably.
warning for what?
High
Seatbelt
people do
violation,
this.
sir.
Marijuana is a hell of a drug.
You do. I
Or
saw
actually,
you.
I bet you this is actually
Okay, you have to. What's your name and date of birth?
My name's tax-paying citizen.
bro. He got out the notepad. Come on, man. You knew that wasn't gonna happen.
It's extremely harder than it needs to be.
I have committed no crime today, sir. Can you please stop harassing me?
Can you stop harassing me?
You're in my residence. I didn't go to your house. I don't have lights on. Have you pulled over in front of your house?
We're making this way worse than it needs to be.
Listen, me and my family are terrified of you two guys here.
Your
Terrified.
son was literally just waving and laughing at me.
Pause it real
You all
quick.
have guns. You were scared of
Y'all have guns.
The people in Tiananmen Square were terrified. Okay?
This guy's
'Cause what
terrified.
happened? Well, because what happened when you didn't comply with police there? According to the Chinese, something nice happened. I'm sure. But according to the
They all got a lifetime vacation, right?
100%, yes, from life.
Yeah.
This is and it like Houston, probably. Let's be honest. Probably
He
the
said-
outskirts of Houston.
I didn't recognize the county that he said, but
Don't worry, you saved some brain cells. Yeah, Houston. I don't know. It is what it is. This sounds also like my people, which always makes me very disappointed.
oh, it's southwest of Austin.
Oh, okay.
It's between Austin and New Braunfels.
Shout out,
Hayes County.
Hayes County.
Yeah.
So, I only had 2 encounters with sovereign citizens when I was. Oh, actually, no, I had more, but on traffic stops. I
Yeah.
had more, but they were typically just like auditors. I had
Yeah.
I had a few with First Amendment auditors, but this is a little different.
Do you think he's gonna arrest him?
He kind of has to. I mean, it's failed. Like, you kind of have to.
We'll
I'd
see.
be curious to see if he does.
you right now. Can
And
you just leave?
No. I'll leave once you give me your driver's license.
Okay, but that's not happening. Take me to jail.
I'm not looking to take you to jail.
Okay, well, write me
He
tickets
doesn't
then.
want to
Well,
take
then
it.
who do I
He's
write the
public.
ticket to?
Tax-paying citizen.
Have you gotten a bunch of tickets in the past or what? Because none of us have ever met you, so is there like a backstory to this?
Man, I ain't gonna try to bother anybody. You're the ones bothering me. I really try to stay low, try to lay low.
So you've been like pulled over a whole bunch of times in the past? Is that what this is about, or what? It's like back from there.
Man, I ain't never got pulled over till now.
Your first time?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, the extortion thing.
So where's all the negativity and stuff coming from us if you never had a bad experience with Hayes County?
I just didn't want to give you my ID because I didn't want you to write me a bunch of tickets, but it didn't. It happened anyway, so it really
you
don't
only
matter.
get one ticket. He's giving you a warning for the seatbelt.
One ticket. We weren't broke, now we really are. But awesome, man. Yeah, you're just protecting the service.
I mean,
Mr. Kudu. But that's not me.
Yeah, it is. I verified it.
That's you're giving that to the wrong person.
Alright, you have a good day, sir. Here's your citation for no driver's
Oh yeah, my guy.
You're gonna get a ticket for littering. You don't pick it up. The sergeant here is gonna.
Want the sergeant? That's him.
It doesn't matter. I still got either way, so the sergeant ain't gonna help me none.
Well, just make sure you follow
Call the sheriff.
Yeah, I'll make sure to give you money. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.
Extorting from us today. Really thoughtful of you.
You know what I couldn't wait for if I was those guys? That warrant to hit the system.
Dude, no kidding.
You can call me a road pirate all you want. I would be waiting.
I shout out for that officer, A. I'm glad he eventually provided the ID. That's my
or his name, I'm guessing.
Or his name, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
dude.
Like, it's such a weird hill to die on, dude. Like, I pay taxes. I pay property taxes. I get it. It's annoying, but like, it's not that hard. Like, life's not that hard to like go through it.
And it sounds like they stopped him because the kid wasn't in a car seat.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare they try and save your kid's life? Because if you got into an accident.
That's what kills me too. Is like so many times, these type of interactions are like tied to like crazy irresponsible people, like crazy, like not like not getting your car inspected on time, like not. This is like none of the lights work on this car. It probably hasn't had an oil change in 20,000 miles. Like,
well, and listening to them, listening to them in this interaction, I feel so bad for that kid.
That's what I mean.
Ugh.
And like these kids will have like rashes. I bought diapers one time for a kid because I was like, we need to at least change this kid's diapers. It's gonna fucking die from an infection.
Yeah.
We were this close to articulating like injury to a child.
Yeah.
And they were like mad that they got pulled over because they were nervous about the ticket. And I was like, I'm not gonna give you a ticket, but we need to address this child in this car because like.
I had 2 DWIs with kids in the car, and they were both awful.
Yeah. Anyways.
Awful.
Police Academy, yes. Hopefully not as bad as the movie. This is from Meme Zone, my guy. What a bad day, dude. What a bad day.
You're good, Nathan. You're good. You're good. You're good.
He's more than good. Look at this guy. What an animal.
Bro, wait for it.
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! I take the dummy down.
My guy.
Put your hands out to your side, palms up, facing the sky. Don't move.
What an animal.
Doing awesome, Nathan.
Sorry, Sean. You're good. Don't worry.
You apologize.
Dispatch, I got one in custody. Kent County.
I think he poked him with the handcuff.
4425. Great job.
Dang, Nathan. You're doing really good.
What an animal, dude.
He even handed him his key to double lock the cuffs.
So there is a percentage of the population that's completely
It doesn't affect,
by
yeah.
AT.
I've never met one, but
he might be part of that population. But
dude, he doesn't even care. Like
he's like it is what it is, dude.
Also, he looks like he's 12, which bothers me. But
I bitched the whole time. It was really uncomfortable.
Oh, dude, I hated it. Hated it.
Yeah, it was really I getting tased hurts more.
Yeah.
But where OC, because they made sure it got in your eyes, like in ours, like they made it.
And he had a pretty good spray right across his eyebrows. A good
spray. That guy's kid will be a cop in 20 years, Chris. Jesus. Yeah, no kidding. He's got to be like 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kid's an animal. I cried like an absolute bitch when
me too.
I got
and then
I got through it.
Then when I took a shower later, I cried again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And my whole neck was like burnt. Oh. Yeah.
I felt bad. We had because some of us would have to volunteer to get handcuffed, and so much of us would just like snot.
And you're getting OC spray on your back, like.
Yep. Yeah. Our OC exposure prior to getting help, and you had to like accomplish tasks and shit. Now, our OC day was a lot worse than a lot of the other ones that I watched.
That one was pretty mild.
That one was pretty decent.
They had like half of what we had.
Yeah, we had to do up downs basically. They would get up in bases. Had to do like 14 of them or 20 of them or whatever. They did enough to make you sweat, right?
And then you got sprayed.
And then you
did more.
And then you had to do more to make sure that like you kind of got winded or whatever. It would get in your mouth and it would get in your nose and it would get in your eyes. If you wiped at all, like if you did this,
you got sprayed again. Yeah.
And I think they did it once in our class.
They probably did it more than once, dude.
That I saw. Yeah. So anyways, they then you have to give the use of force continuum, and there was a TCOL one, and then there was one specific to our department that was worded a little differently, which was a bitch because you had to memorize really only the Texas one, but there was like different verbiage, so they were dick about that. There was weapon retention, and then you had to see what type of weapon someone had in their hands, tell them to drop it, and they would watch you to make sure like you're actually like physically opening up your eyes. While drawing down on them, and then you had to go and handcuff them and then double lock it before you were done.
Yep.
And I think mine was like a 3-minute exposure, and I still had to be walked all the way to like the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it's probably like 4 or 5 minutes prior to getting. I never OC'd somebody in the wild because I experienced it and I was like, fuck that. That's cruel and unusual. Should be a constitutional amendment for that.
So this is going to be part 1. We'll watch part 2 in a second. But
please post, shout out.
It says a citizen gets shot randomly. Officer picks up the suspect vehicle, pursues. Suspect wrecks, emerges from the car. Officer and suspect exchange gunfire. Officer wins gunfight.
Hey, my guy. 19 seconds. Holy shit.
So you can't see it very well on the stream, but it says the officer's vehicle strikes a curb, flattening 2 tires. So his vehicle is done.
I was like, when I heard it, I was like, oh.
TC at Encino. My vehicle's 10-7.
Jesus.
Shots fired. Code 3 cover. S1 is down.
What an animal.
So then they posted this one. Whoops.
What an animal.
Shots fired. Code 3 cover. S1 is down.
Bro, his heart rate's got to be through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
I am code 4 Encino and Bear Valley. Suspect is down. Start medics.
Damn.
He was armed with a handgun.
Weapon mounted light.
Yeah.
Shout out to whatever police department this is.
So,
in the tactical reload. What?
Yeah, dude.
Anyways.
So, and he took that first shot with the radio in his hand. So.
Get shot first. Returns fire.
I don't know if he got hit.
Either way,
but
he gets shot at.
He got shot at first.
Draws, fires. Clearly hit the target, right?
Yeah.
Gets on the radio, doesn't yell like a psycho. That being said, I didn't get to hear the radio traffic, but he wasn't screaming.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't screaming. I mean, you could tell
gives
he was
gives a very concise
where he's at,
of his location.
Yeah. That was impressive to me.
Huge. He's like exactly where he was at.
Yeah.
What the disposition of himself was, what the disposition of the suspect was. Asked for code 3 response, which is lights and sirens, and verified that like he was okay, and to roll EMS. all in like 15 seconds.
Pretty impressive.
That's probably the best reaction we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
To the shortest stick you could possibly get as a law enforcement officer.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah.
What a bat. Anyway, shout out to that guy. I'm glad he's okay.
And imagine, like, we've caught people leaving places, and you immediately get amped.
Sure.
He caught a murder suspect. Like,
yeah.
So
wild, dude.
Good for that dude. Hey, look.
Shout out to Donut.
Shout out to us.
Shout out to us for commenting on this.
Coming straight out of Vietnam, police bust a used condom factory. Authorities in Vietnam uncovered a vast number of used condoms being recycled and stocked for sale following a raid on an apartment on Saturday. According to local market monitors, nearly 324,000 used condoms, equivalent to 360 kilos, were recycled at the facility and would be sold. What's that in Americans? That is 793,000 pounds of used condoms. After reading the names of where the facility was located, I looked it up, and this seems like a legit news website. But here's the names of where it is. Ho Nut Quarter in the Bin Dong province. Come on. Used condoms then underwent a process including washing, drying, and reshaping with the dildo in unhygienic conditions before being put up for sale. Where did they get those from? Although I know the facility's slogan was "Thank you, come again." What do you think the name was?
Welcome to ComCom. Use rubber expectorium.
Coming straight out of Vietnam.
Did you hear it?
Bro, the Vietnamese is weird, dude.
This is what it said on the phone.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So I have a weird story for this.
Oh no.
So
I'm ready.
When I was in middle school, maybe.
Yeah.
They took us to like a water treatment plant.
Yeah.
Where, like, you know, all of the city water that gets flushed ends up there. And they were, like, trying to show us the treatment and the whatever.
Sure.
We're, like, 12 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we see in this water?
Of course.
Hundreds. They had a little machine called a condom stretcher that they use to stretch out, wash, and then do something with the condoms afterwards. And if you went in the bathroom, there was a bowl of free condoms in the bathroom at this water treatment plant.
I can't. That's why we can't have nice things, boys and girls.
Hey, man.
Got to address the chat here. Even in Ready or Not, that's a clean shoot. Fucking Chris. Yes, I think even Ready or Not would have called that justified.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Dude shoots like me in Ready or Not, Sean. I don't know about that.
He actually hit his target.
He actually hit his target.
Or are you talking about the guy in the van that got domed?
Yeah, I think Sean was referring to the guy in the van.
Oh.
Nah, my admin would write me up for that shooting. Yes, 100%. Cops bust? Question mark. Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob, welcome to the chat.
Several times.
Yes. Bro, Vietnam, you're out of control. Get it together. Shout out to Police Post again. You hungry?
You hungry?
Makes me nervous.
Okay, wait, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
There's music, so.
We gotta mute it. What is going on here?
Nothing good.
What is going on here? Hey, someone's gonna get strangled with that cord.
Yep,
be careful.
definitely.
Bro, my guy. Bro, there's an NFL contract waiting for that dude. Look at that. They're done?
I guess so.
I guess they're done.
That's where the video stops.
Go to like the middle again. What is this guy on the ground doing?
This guy?
What is he doing?
Here, wait for it.
I need to know what he's doing right now.
And nope.
Bro, which sergeant is this? You know exactly which sergeant I'm talking
about. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
At our old department, there was a
Yep.
older gentleman that would have been him.
Yeah. So.
That's a write-up for the mic cord, Sean. He do. I love it. Yeah, that guy earned his freedom, and those officers. You know what? They sat there and they said, "You know what? What will be good for this community? We're just gonna let this guy go. Just gonna let this guy go."
They were like, "You won the wrestling match, so I guess you win today."
I don't want to potentially cost the city money for my hospitalization for walking down these stairs.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I don't know, man. Jog. I'm not even saying run. Just jog every once in a while. You jog every once in a while.
You're doing fine. Look at you. You're fine. It's fine.
Anyways.
Street cop training.
And again, I can complain because I've done it before. I can bitch. It's not Monday morning quarterbacks. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I have run after people and caught them.
I could still fight better than that.
Yeah.
With a broken shoulder.
Yeah. Bill lost a fight with gravity and a ladder and can still probably do a better job than that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Gravity always wins.
Yeah, gravity always does.
We're going to stop this car ahead of us because this plate that's on the car is showing lost or stolen.
It's not even my car though. Like I mean, nobody else inside.
That's right.
You take my wig off.
Take your wig off?
Yeah.
But you got anything under it?
No, hell no. I was just wondering because.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a methamphetamine pipe they use for smoking the methamphetamine right here.
The guy sold the car for $5,000, and he was like, "Okay, you guys can test drive if you want." And I'm like, "All right." So I was gonna give him $5,000. It's a Chinese guy. Ali. Adrian.
He's high as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find no dope or no guns like that, right? Yes.
No.
All right.
Guarantee it.
There's a sawed-off shotgun right there. And it's got one in the chamber. Oh, they ground the serial number off. So it's obviously a stolen gun. Serial number would be right there. They're probably robbing people.
You don't know.
The whole situation's not good, right?
Yeah,
it's bad.
It is.
So
look at me. I swear to you, I didn't know that gun was in the car.
he tell you there's a gun in the car?
He didn't tell me that. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
All I know is just that it was all set up.
It's all, they set you up, huh? You're being arrested for the stolen car. You're being arrested for the firearm that's...
It's not even mine, though.
You're in possession of it, though.
This is probably 7 out of every 10 calls.
Oh, with a lost, stolen plate, I'd say 9 out of 10 go down like that.
You run it, you're like, wow, that's not a Corolla. That's an F-150.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You're like, I should probably just let this car go, but with my luck, he's about to go, like, burglarize 18 cars, so I can either stop this car or I can work the 18 burglaries at 5 o'clock.
Which we would have done.
100%.
It would have been us.
So you're like, show me stopping, and
then it turns into that.
And your beat area sector partner gets really annoyed at you for stopping a car because you're like, bro, what the fuck? And then he sees the return on the car, and then sees the car, and he's like, oh, okay, I get it. And then you walk up, and I shit you not, that's exactly how it goes down. They're high.
Minus the wig. I've never had anybody ask me to take off their wig.
The wig was the curveball I was not ready for, but like,
yeah.
You're like, hey, bro, can I have your license or registration? I stopped you because, like, this plate doesn't match this car. He's like, oh, I just bought this car for $20.
Yeah.
Let go or whatever. And
that's
like,
exactly.
What?
Yep.
And he's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I don't have an ID. It's like, oh, but I got a paper one. And it's like for someone else.
I know my number. I know my driver's license number.
You're like, cool. Go ahead and give me that. It returns to someone from, like, Minnesota or something stupid. Cool. Well, I'm gonna need you to get out of the car. And then they get out of the car, and you're like, see all the shake fall off of them. You're like,
the meth pipe hits the ground.
Yeah, you're like, hey, man.
Cool, man.
Is there gonna be any meth? Nah, dude, I don't do meth.
No, this isn't my car. I told you I just bought it.
Just bought it. For $20 and let go.
I paid more for my meth.
Probably, yeah. Honestly. And then their attitude about it is just like that. Like, dude,
Well, they're
it's a
high
setup.
also.
And dude, and you're like, like, I don't care about any of that. You'll be driving to the jail already. Like, they'll be in custody. You're like, whatever, we'll take it. Let's impound the car, whatever. You'll be driving to the Jacob did a ride along with me, and he got to witness this the whole way. Bro, why am I going to jail? It's like, I don't know how else to articulate to you why you're going to jail. But like,
if you can't figure it out, neither
it's
can I.
It's not like, bro, like, it's the most like, it erodes a bit of your soul. You wonder that's where the civilian in me died. It was somewhere in between like the 10th and the 1000th time I had to deal with a call like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. They just like, and honestly, like my first year doing it, I was like,
you thought it was fun.
Well, and I also thought like, wow, what a crazy police career I'm having. Like, this has got to be such a unique set of no.
So much fun.
No. Yeah, and I thought it was cool until like it's your 1000th time doing it, or like I don't know, man. It just, anyways, I'll go biting his ankles. Jeez, Chris, God, why do I read the chat?
I don't know, bro.
Here comes the street cop training slander. Yes. Dude got a fresh cut and hides it with a wig. I'm offended.
Maybe he didn't like it.
Hashtag save my hairline. Agreed. Yeah.
Or maybe they had a picture of him looking like that, so he wore a wig so they wouldn't recognize him.
Probably what it was. I swear these aren't mine. As far as pants are concerned, I agree.
Oh, also there was a mask in the trunk, so maybe he had a mask and a wig on.
Yeah. Bro, it comes back with the EAN holdings, the stupid rental car registration. You run it, it's the same way. Like,
I hated that.
Bro,
hated it.
Sean knows our struggle. And it'll always be like some crazy junky car, and you run it, and you're like... And I swear they just give up. Whoever Ian Holdings is, or whatever, the people that hold the registration for all these rental cars, they just give up. They're like, it's not worth like reporting stolen, because then we got to pay for the insurance to get it back.
You remember that one time we had to go to that hotel and get that stolen car for a rental company?
That was cancer.
You remember that? That was... Yeah. Anyways, let's watch a nice video.
I think it's like Enterprise or whatever. I think it is too.
What was it? For his birthday, he won a police car. And it was the cutest thing. He's tapping her on the shoulder, tapping, and just saying, I want to ask her a question.
The 7-year veteran with a 4-year-old of her own went straight to Walgreens and bought Justice a replacement cruiser. When she and her partner knocked on the door this time,
I could hear the parents saying, did he call again? Did he take my phone, the dad said?
No call, just a random act of kindness.
Were you happy?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Thank you.
Of course you did. And were you surprised?
Yeah.
Did you see his name?
That's pretty awesome.
His name is Justice.
That's what I mean. It's pretty awesome, dude. He's bored. He's gonna
well,
be
if he was surprised then, look at this. Lights and sirens greeting Justice today on his 5th birthday. And then rolled out the real deal. A decked-out police SWAT car, courtesy of PBA Local 98, assembled this morning in the station garage.
They're here to just not for emergency calls. They're also here for the community.
I appreciate you for raising your kid to appreciate us, and it's good. It's good stuff. So, thank you.
You know why he was raised that way? Because his dad's actually there.
Yep. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but
I said what I said.
Yep. Well, and like, in all honesty, because people talk about, like, it was weird for me, especially coming out of law enforcement. It was the strangest thing to experience. Was like, while I was at work, and like the vast majority of the beats that I was responsible for, and I spent my whole time on the side of the town that I was on, like crazy poor, like crazy poor. And there was a ton of it that was Section 8. There was a ton of it that was like 18 people living in a 500 square foot apartment. It was a ton of this one. 90% of them honestly didn't have a problem with me. I'd say more than that, maybe like 95%. I had people, and it kind of breaks my heart thinking about it, that were like, hey, you're not quitting, are you? like during 2020 and stuff like that. And I was like, no, man, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I care about you guys and all that. You know, a year later, psych. But
psych.
Then I would go to like see my friends on like Facebook and stuff like that, or people that I would run into that I've grown up with. And I grew up in a very upper middle class lifestyle. I grew up in the suburbs. They're like, oh my God, the police are so terrible. And I was like, when did you ever, outside of a ticket, like that one chick at the beginning of this video, ever interact with law enforcement? Like, ever.
They didn't. They just saw them on YouTube.
Oh my God, law enforcement, they're so bad. It's from whatever YouTube video they saw or whatever news story that was getting run.
Yeah, it's the news. You're right.
And it's like, seriously, there's people that I interacted with like weekly because that's how shitty their like living situation was. And most of the time it was like, hey, like I heard gunshots and there's like a new hole in my ceiling that wasn't there this morning. And like, is it cool if you like check on my upstairs neighbors? And I was like, oh, I gotta go kick this damn door. And like this is how often I would deal with the very impoverished group. They had no problem with me. They didn't feel systemically oppressed. Anyways, like from my own anecdotal experience, it was very weird to work at a department that had a relatively high standard. We all required bachelor's degrees. Our police academy was like stupid long comparatively. We had like triple the required training, like from the national level. Like it was a very good department, and to like have to go into like a nicer neighborhood because they for the one time needed 911 and have those people be the ones like videotaping,
like that lady in the car.
Yes, and it was the strangest thing ever because I'm like, I never deal with y'all.
I back the blue, but you guys, this is terrible. This just terrible.
That's what
I back the blue, but
that phrase killed me every time.
Not today.
But it was interesting. It was interesting to really run into that, and even now, like looking back on it, like the people that weren't out there having to deal with protests, the people that weren't out there having to deal with violent crime, or even be subject to it, oftentimes have like the biggest opinions about law enforcement related topics. You know, they never deal with it. They never need the police, but they have very big criticisms about it. So, and not that some of them aren't merited, but it was interesting how some people's privilege allowed them to complain about law enforcement, where others, people lack thereof privilege, made them appreciate what we did for them.
Yeah.
Jacob was reminiscing of our wonderful ride along. Apparently he said it was fun. I think it was Enterprise. She was just asking, wow. Jeez. Saying that the officer that gave Justice his little car was asking to get choked out by that cord.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro Edmund knows troopers will likely pull that kid over for impersonating. Sean.
Probably.
You're probably right. A trooper would pull over a kid in a little Tyco car.
He probably had a taillight out too. So
100%. My dad wasn't there. That explains a lot. Sean.
It really does, Sean. It really does.
It explains a lot. We're here for you, man. I can't be your dad, but we can talk about it.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad. Let's see what's going on here.
You ready for this?
I am. This lady's sitting in the dentist. What? Bruh, sheriff deputies are built different, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, county boys are built different. What the hell?
So my guess is somewhere over here is an emu farm, and this is not old boy's first time wrangling an emu.
Bro. I tell you what, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't know how to
I wouldn't try.
Maybe I feel like I'd get fucked up by an emu.
I would not try.
Normally I give shit to like county guys.
Yeah.
I got mad respect for that guy.
Yeah, agreed.
Mad respect.
Agreed.
Wow, this sounds like fun. Ink Monster.
Yeah. He was a police officer in New Jersey for a long time.
Sounds like a fun place to be a cop.
He recently left. So.
Wonder why.
He's a cool guy.
Oh, mami, what the fuck? Estaba bien chuleta, güey.
I was gonna show the longer clip, but I don't really want to. So the dude actually comes out like holding the baby and then goes back in the house, and then someone finally brings the baby out. But
Jesus, dude. Yeah, people are shitty. And again, like, I'll always kind of say this, and there's the civilian part of me that I murdered a long time ago, is honestly probably the only reason why, legitimately, I believe that I'm alive today. There's a couple of calls that I had that I was lucky enough to have, especially when I was new.
Mm-hmm.
I had senior officers that chewed my ass.
Yeah,
for doing
I had a great shift when I started. Like, very good senior officers.
I had some pretty good PTOs or FTOs, if you want to call it that. And then when I finally got cut loose by myself,
what shift were you on?
I was on C.
Okay.
And when I also had a couple good supervisors, actually really good supervisors.
And then they left you.
And then they left me like a bunch of bitches. Those motherfuckers. I had really good supervision, and they were like, "Deuces, this shift sounds like it's really gonna suck. Have fun by yourself."
That was the same with me. One got promoted, one went to day shift.
They all left me.
And I don't know where the other one went, but I had great,
But I mean, they would absolutely chew my ass because there was still like this civilian in me that's like, yeah, but people are like good and stuff. And most people are. And it's funny because the conversation was, you're not wrong. Just know that you're never dealing with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, look, regular people don't do the type of stuff that you're often going to be called to go interact with. And he's like, traffic stops are what they are, you know, unless it's something shady like, well, this plate doesn't return to the right thing, you know. But like, you have to start recognizing when you're not dealing with the 99%.
Yeah.
And you just don't. Like, as a civilian, you do not understand the way this 1% works. And it's out there. And you might be faced with that. And so oftentimes tactics is driven by that 1% because it is a daily reality you really have to deal with depending on where you're working. It's more likely than not. So it's just different. And like, I really do believe this. Prior to being in law enforcement, I did not fully understand that mindset. And I strangled the civilian in me with both hands until he stopped moving and because I would have died. A lot of calls that I look back on and I'm like, A, I got lucky, but B, like, the tactical mindset behind me like taught me, hey, you're in, like, the little kid from The Simpsons, I'm in danger.
Yeah,
like
Ralph.
I had a little Ralph in the back of my head that would be like, oh no, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
And I would treat the situation a little differently. And I can tell you how many times I'm like, this guy's being a little weird. Let me get him out of the car, and like Glock in the glove, in like under his seat, and like you know what I mean, like AK in the trunk, and you're like, shit, dude. And not like he's going to the range and he's like a gun enthusiast. Like,
no,
this guy's
not like that.
Got warrants for days, and like this thing again, all the serial numbers are ground off, and like, you know, you're pulling, you know, meth and shit off of it. It's just there's a different breed of human beings that most people just never interact with.
Yeah.
It's such a weird
thankfully.
Yeah, and it's a good thing.
I wouldn't want most people to interact with that.
I remember, and I experienced this with some of my family members, that they were like so confused about watching certain clips. They were like, why did he have to point a gun at him? Why have you know what? I live in a world where you find that strange.
This next clip is a great example of what you just said.
Yeah. So it makes me happy that like most people don't know why that's a thing.
Yeah.
That means that you're doing a good job as a police officer, but it is a little hard to go back. It's hard. We'll watch. I keep talking.
So this is a guy with a knife, and there's going to be a guy with OC, a guy with a taser, and then a guy with deadly cover.
Who is this? PD wise.
I don't know.
I know.
They're gonna fuck. Oh, they just fucking
Go down, man. Go down.
Nice taser deployment.
Yeah.
Bro, shout out to Taser USA, my guy.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Wild.
So shout out to Less Lethal's working. Now you notice how quickly he reacted to OC spray.
Yes.
And how violently. That's how shitty OC spray is.
Well, and he thought the officers were rushing him, so you saw him spin and try and swipe the air with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And notice even when they tased him, there's like this moment where they're in limbo, where they're trying to see if it's going to take effect.
Yeah.
And be like, and at no point in time did this guy not have a gun probably pointed at his face. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So that's the point they made in the post.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're always going to have deadly cover.
Always. Because it's, again, let's say in the middle of him falling down, that taser probe comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You got a very pissed off guy with OC spray probably flailing with that knife in his hand. There's
Yeah.
a lot, like, man, I can't tell you how many times we've approached a call like that, you know, and you look like the asshole because you're sitting there, get on the ground, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're pulling guns off these dudes, you're pulling knives, you know, and then you realize there's like drugs getting run to the apartment complexes
Mm-hmm.
all happening in, and that like the ATF's taking interest because they're like running machine guns and stuff around you, and you're like, gee, like you're outnumbered 10-1. Everyone's there armed and doesn't like police, and then they like wonder why you act like that. It's very
Man, I ran a call with the ATF once, and they pulled some wild shit out of this guy's house.
Yeah.
I didn't run the call. Let me be clear. I was on the perimeter.
Sure. Yeah. That's patrol for you right there. Something important's happening. You're like, cool. I'll go block the street. I guess.
I was so far away, and then I just remembered this. This was such a terrible call. So the ATF showed up in like a rental car, right? Like a Ford Fusion, and I'm on this residential street, making sure that nobody like comes to the house. So I'm sitting there in my car. This girl hits the ATF's car. Guess what she was? She was a DWI.
No.
But guess who had to work it? Not me, because I had to stay on the perimeter.
Oh, nice. I like it. You're like, sorry, nose goes. I have a responsibility here.
Hey, they put me on that call, so.
It's true.
It was
That's
awful.
True. Like, hey, I need patrol to respond. Keep a DWI.
Hey, I asked for a DWI unit, okay?
That's fair.
It's not my fault they weren't there.
But yeah, shout out to those guys for having a really good arrest plan. They made an arrest plan and they executed it, and they were all on the same page. It's indicative of, again, very good training, tied with experience.
Yeah.
And officers that are still there willing to do the
Also,
job.
in the post, it did say, test your OC spray, even though it says non-flammable. Because we've seen
it
personally, but
we've
seen it. So, Mike the cop sharing some more gold with us.
Shout out.
I'm gonna fucking kick down the door then. Yes, I am. I'm gonna bring a drill back here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. My photo albums and my computers.
Nope.
I am going to grab those things while I am inside.
We're not here to
Yes,
get
I am.
Absolutely not.
Why the hell not?
Because you need to go to the courthouse, like Officer Usher said, to get a writ of assistance for anything outside of your medications and immediate toiletries.
That's bullshit.
That's not bullshit.
It is too.
Well,
who's your supervisor, Sheldon?
Sergeant Whiteman.
What's his phone number?
503-635-0238.
Oh, he knew it, my
What's the
guy.
case number you're going to give me?
That's probably just the department's
Why not?
number.
Because I don't need one right now.
This is a case of domestic violence.
It's
Yes,
a
it
civil case
is.
of you trying to get your stuff.
He hurt me.
That was last week. We have a number of officers that have been out here over the last week. I just spoke with a couple of them.
You did, huh? And what did they tell you? Did they say they're gonna fucking help me?
Do you want your stuff or do you not want your stuff?
Reasonable? Like I'm fucking afraid of you guys? Because you happen to be police officers? I'm not
Pause
afraid of you. What's your first...
Oh, okay. She's like, I'm afraid. I was like, if you're afraid of them, you wouldn't be yelling at them. But it is what it is. I say that I see that all the time. I'm afraid of you, and I'm like,
No, she said she's not afraid.
That's fair.
Name Usher. Usher. James Usher. Do you have a business card?
I do.
Can I have one?
After we're done here, yes, you may.
Do you think you're tough? Are you a good cop or a bad cop?
I'm a very reasonable
It's a cop that
Yeah,
his
you
hands
are.
are cold. Look at him.
Yeah.
You're a bad cop, Usher.
Shout out to the vest. Out
And
of
that
it.
Sheldon douchebag is an even worse cop than you. What's his name? Your partner?
Okay, thank you.
What's
I'm also wondering why he's wearing like
a hoodie under that and pants.
Yeah,
What an
like
interesting getup. He might be a detective too.
I guess
didn't
that's
think
true.
about that. Yeah. Or
Well,
if they're like, these are county guys. Man.
If they're there for an eviction, one of them has to be a constable, right?
Yeah,
I would
typically
assume.
they're the ones that do. At least in Texas, that they're the ones that tend to do the civil stuff.
But yeah, for sure, I assume sheriff's deputies. But
let's see. Tyler, I got to be careful here. I have to burn into my guy's brains that people will try to talk every day and most likely will try to kill you eventually down the road. Yeah,
it's true.
Outer vests are sick in the 10-degree weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having to deal with different weather than we are for sure.
That's true.
That being said,
he still gets to wear an outer vest, so
the amount of vitriol that this lady is spitting, very common.
Yeah.
I encountered this a handful of times.
I want to see if she gets arrested.
Yeah, she'd have to do something pretty egregious at this point. I mean,
What's your
what she's
partner's
doing
name?
is perfectly covered under
What's
the
your partner's name?
Yeah.
What's his name?
But she's escalating.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Usher, I'm asking you a question. What's your partner's name?
In the house?
Yes.
Brian Sheldon.
Brian Sheldon is a douche coming out of my vajayjay. He's a pussy.
Ooh.
He is a
She's fun.
You're going down, Usher. I'm filing a lawsuit against the city of Lake Oswego Police Department. What are you afraid of, Usher?
Your partner's going through his pockets. I'm making sure I'm safe and everyone else here is safe.
Oh, please.
Thanks, man.
You gonna kill him because he, looks like a hoodlum? He looks like a cancer patient. You wanna take me to the hospital? Think that's where I need to
Get
go?
wear an outer vest.
Huh? Do ya, Usher? How much
I'm
do you make?
mandated to
Where do you
wear
live?
it.
Have a shitty little house. Or you walk around like you own the place because you think you're tall and you're manly and you're studly and everybody's afraid of you. Empathic vitamins.
I'm not going to go through all that stuff. You're going to have to go to a pharmacy to get vitamins and things. Well, you can pick that up. Jeff's not here. Okay?
Bullshit.
I'm not going to let you in the house.
I heard him. I heard him.
I just walked through the whole house. He's not in there. So you're free to leave. If you want any further stuff, you're going to have to make the arrangements either with Jeff or get a writ of assistance from the Clackamas County Court.
You are fucking not helpful whatsoever. Do you hear me?
All right.
You
well,
suck.
I hope you get your medications.
You
that you just
suck,
rolled all over the
and so do you face.
You don't live here
I am
anymore,
calling.
So if you come back,
I do too live here.
Not anymore. You just
yes,
said you have a new
I
roommate.
do. I live here.
You just said you had a new.
I live here.
Okay, you need to leave.
Shut up.
You need to leave.
Shut up right now and let me into my house.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna fucking kick down the door
No,
then.
you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna bring a drill back here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I can be just as calm as you are, you face.
Great.
You.
Then why can't you?
I am.
Savage.
I'm perfectly calm. You want to see mania? Huh?
I'd like to see you pick up your stuff and just leave.
No. I have every right to be here. F off.
Are you gonna pick up your stuff that you just littered all over someone else's property?
What's my diagnosis there, sir?
If you're in
Super
immediate
petty.
danger to yourself or others, which clearly you're demonstrating right now, then we can find you a
I'm
Am I clearly demonstrating that?
Yes,
because I
you are.
littered medicine. I am a threat to
You
myself.
just told me that you were gonna drill a hole through the
My
door so you can
man.
get into that house.
You
Okay.
dumb shit.
Yep.
You. You.
Pause it real
and
quick.
You. And the Las Vegas. Lake.
So, interestingly enough, when it comes to notification of emergency detentions, are you ready, boys and girls? Take a seat. If you have someone, due to you thinking them experiencing acute stress in a mental health episode, this lady screaming at law enforcement about living at a place where she doesn't live, clearly not the case, and becoming unnecessarily violent with law enforcement when they're simply trying to keep her from going into a residence that's no longer hers. And due to her inability to rationally evaluate the situation that she is, you believe that she's going to escalate a situation which could lead to her being dangerous to herself or to someone else. You can, at least in Texas, sit there and say that I believe she needs to be placed in immediate and emergency detention to go seek mental health evaluation for 48 hours. Could technically take her to jail. At least in Texas. It's not to jail, to a hospital.
Yeah,
but
not jail.
it is technically an arrest. There's no charge being filed. But in the interest of protecting you from yourself, you can put them on a 48-hour hold in a hospital. You don't go to jail. That being said, in taking them to the hospital, if you assault a peace officer, then you're going to jail.
Yeah.
So interesting.
You'll still go to the hospital, but then you'll be
Yes.
in jail after.
Then you will go to jail. Yes. Have gone down this road. And I will say this. Hear me out here. Someone might think that's King Petty, right? I do like that he's articulating it. He's going through the process of articulating it out loud so that they don't think that he's making it up after the fact. This is a pretty smart cop. Let's say you leave, right? Let's say you leave and you now have a confrontation at the front of this door, right? Between two people that are still part of a domestic relationship, right? Do you not have an obligation as law enforcement to try to prevent that from happening?
To prevent a felony?
Question for my civilian audience here. So as much as it might sound petty, you're saying I would rather go and utilize my authority on an emergency detention rather than work the felony now case later, possibly domestic, possibly worse than that, a shooting or aggravated assault of some sort, clearly demonstrated here. Yes, you'd have to articulate that very, very well in this instance. I think it can be done though. Anyways, we'll keep going.
Do you think her neighbors are super excited that she no longer lives in this cul-de-sac?
I think they're pretty pumped. I think her significant other's pretty thrilled.
Yeah.
Oswego Police Department! Off!
Is there anything else that we can do for you?
Yeah, leave.
We're gonna leave when you leave.
No, I'm not leaving. I have the fucking most brilliant mind you have ever met.
I'm sure you do.
I have creativity coming out of my mind. I hear from God. Do you?
Yep.
What does he tell you, diphead?
Not those types of
Pause it. Also, possibly hearing voices that she believes are from God, and because you can't verify. Bro, this NED's happening. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Diphead? Is that a release?
She's articulating it for him almost at this point.
Yep.
Scary word for you?
No.
Oh, because he tells me to change the world. And I'm going to do it. And you're going to help me. And you're going to get sued in the meantime.
Okay.
Okay? I'm a lawyer.
Great.
When you know you couldn't page up.
You're my sugar daddy.
I'll be a little bit for today if we can.
Okay, let's go!
Okay, that's enough. At least he was reasonable enough to get her out of there.
Bro, straight simp though.
How would you feel being that guy, thinking that you had just met the new love of your life, and that's how she
man,
acted?
then have to see that. Oh, it's like the catfish of all catfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
It says, "Welcome to the nice part of Oregon."
That's incredible. I'm not good with a keyboard. I doubt I can answer that question. Wow. Maine can hold her protective custody for 24 hours to get her evaluated. Then the doctor could admit her for 72 hours. I have specifically had to go to court on a emergency detention that I performed one time subject because they wanted to hold her for 90 days.
Yeah.
We found her, this was in the middle of summer, and she was getting annihilated by mosquitoes, and she was walking in and out of traffic. We didn't see it, but that's what the phone calls were for. And she knew who the president was. She was able to answer all the questions. So EMS couldn't really do anything about it. And so I sat there and was like, I bet. And I was like, just whatever you do. I released her because I didn't have anything on her. And she wouldn't say enough for me to be able to articulate fully an emergency detention. I also had a very good FTO that was with me on that call. I wasn't in field training, but it was good to have a senior officer there. And I said,
male
just
or
don't
female?
Male.
What shift?
C shift. He diddled with the.
Okay.
Okay, you know. Okay.
That's what I was. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Real good cop.
I was like, C shift FTOs, good cops. There's only
a few. I just narrowed the list down real small there. So, anyways, we're sitting there, and the other one wouldn't have just been like, "Fuck it, just leave her." But
no, not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay. But anyways, He diddled. Yes, Sean. Yes, he diddled. Nothing. No illegal diddling. Just.
Bro, those rookies will get you sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. He was lonely. We'll just say that.
Maybe.
There was two lonely, consenting adults that were both in love.
That's why they never let us ride 2-man after that.
Exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. We thought it was us. So anyways, we couldn't fully articulate because she knew what to say. And so she starts walking, and then sure enough, she walked to the roadway. So we arrested her on the pedestrian roadway with immediate disposition on it, and then took her to the mental health evaluation.
Who approved that arrest?
No, we didn't arrest her. We detained her with that, and we said that the way we articulated this was her walking in the roadway made her a danger to herself. So that's how we did it. We didn't arrest her.
Okay.
That's what it was. I said arrest. I meant emergency
detained. Yeah. NED.
It's practically the same thing. One doesn't carry a charge, and the other one does. Or should, at least. Unless you're that one officer that we troll all the time. It's got a Purple Heart and lost a tooth for jumping in front of a car. I wasn't specific enough. I've got some Wow, I keep reading Sean's fucking Sean, I swear.
I responded for a reason.
We'll keep going. Sean's gonna. He's trying to. He's trying to get me today.
Yeah.
We'll keep going.
So, I don't want to watch this whole thing, but police respond to an overturned vehicle.
We got everybody out. The driver just got here. I just got here. We heard more in this. We heard out.
So there's the driver. This is the driver. It was like him and his family in there. They believe he's intoxicated.
Tranquilo means calm down for the non-Spanish speaking audience.
Yeah, so there's a guy, like a civilian over here translating for the cops.
Hey, we're gonna figure it out. You need to sit down for me. Listen. Hey, siéntese por favor.
Hey, this guy, command Spanish, baby.
Yeah. When Josh said that my Spanish would come out in high-stress situations, I'm
seriously
that guy.
Like that.
I'm
it's
that
that.
guy.
It was the wildest thing ever.
And you could understand it.
Craziest. Yeah.
And you better do it, because I'm only asking you a couple times.
It was wild. His command Spanish would come and shine through. It was incredible.
So they're yelling, blah, blah, blah.
Sean, I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Okay. I'm about to go. I'm about to give you a little statement before I get my ass here. Alright, let me get your statement. Let me find my notebook real quick, alright?
So you guys Notice he said another, as in one.
I was telling, telling Sergeant when I was coming down Jones Office, or come across Jones Office, get on 40. Okay. Coming up this way, Calvin Boulevard. He passed me. I was running about 65, 68. He passed me with like I was standing still. And the truck was sitting there doing like this right here, where it was overweight, carrying all this marble and stuff, or granite. Okay. And then he almost hit the side of my truck. I bet he went 2 inches from me.
Hey, shout out to FD for being on scene.
Yeah.
And then who was driving? I don't know who was driving, but when I come up and was trying to get the patients out of the car, out of the vehicle, the guy with the necklace and stuff was behind the driver's side. He was on the driver's side. So everybody was already. He was not the one. He was not out. So the guy with the necklaces, he was. Hey, see?
Yeah. Dude pulls a knife. Starts
Jeez.
flailing it, I guess.
Come here. Come here.
Look at the firefighter put hands on him, though.
Dude. The balls on that guy.
Meanwhile, they're like tending to his injured kid.
Come here. Put the knife down. Put it down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down now.
Not gonna lie, he dies right then and there. If that's me, I'll be honest.
Not with this backstop.
So hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
You just angle. You just take a knee.
Nope.
Take a knee. Hey, no, I'm kidding.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
Put the knife down.
Yeah, that's a shit backstop. Okay, so pause real quick. Fuck you, FD, for not moving.
I was kind of thinking that too.
He just made and I get it. They don't have the training, and I totally understand it. But big fat, juicy butt. I get that they're second responders and not used to high stress situations. But some guy's got a knife. You
Yeah,
need
but
to
the
not be
dudes
making
that we
yourself
worked
a
with would have
volunteer.
been smart enough to at least move away.
Because you're making yourself a volunteer hostage.
Yeah.
Because also the problem is that officer can't back up.
Yeah, where's he gonna go? Traffic.
Because he has to. Well, but also no. But I'm saying he can't give this guy space because he's responsible for everyone here.
Well, there's another cop back here also.
That's what I'm getting at. These guys need to be just taking people and moving them. This kid needs to get moved. Everyone needs to get moved. If FD wants to be useful here, move or tackle this guy. There's no happy medium. You're gonna help or you're not.
Yep.
Hit him with a what is it? Those fire extinguishers or something, dude. Not the actual fire extinguisher, but the spray.
Yeah.
Foam.
There you go.
I use it like a less lethal. I'm just saying, do something. Don't just stand there and be willy nilly, because you're putting him in a really shit position. Yeah. He's like, I want to be a backstop, baby. I want to be a backstop.
310 Raleigh, hold the channel. Drop it!
Bro, he's flagging the hell out of everybody here.
Senor!
Everyone's a backstop. Jesus,
Drop
dude.
it!
Taser, nice, good job. Nice taser, my guy. Now it's a fight. Jeez,
Yeah.
fun again.
Because they waited too long.
Handcuffs. Yeah. Now it's a fight. Oh! Yeah. See, what are we doing here, boys and girls? What are we doing here, boys and girls? That's a stab wound.
315, really. Shots fired. Shots fired.
A few more.
You'll see why.
He's probably getting it.
Subjects down. He's still got the knife.
Jeez, dude. I feel really shitty for the family that's there. Let me be 100% honest.
Get it!
Feel
Hold it!
super shitty for them.
Yeah.
Watch it!
Look at this.
Oof.
Just missed him.
Again, we're talking about this. We just talked about this. He's trying to re-tase him here.
Yeah.
I just realized he's squeezing the taser trigger to try to get it to re-tase. Yeah, you can hear it rattling. Pause it real quick. So if you hear it popping like that, that means that it hasn't made a connection. And that popping means that's why he's able to get up. That second probe's not connecting.
Well, I think he rolled out of it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't get on him fast enough in those 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The tasing, the electricity stopped. He was able to roll and probably just popped a probe out.
Because they come right out. I mean, it's not very hard. I've had someone get
It would
a
hurt,
good
but-
taser pull and yank them out. I've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah.
Oof. This guy took the dirt nap challenge. Jeez.
Hey, is everybody good?
He did try to get back up.
He did, yeah.
Ah, this guy's so lucky he didn't get stabbed. Oh. You're on the ground!
That's enough of that.
Jeez, dude. So also, I just want to point out, and I get it. There's there's so many backstop issues here, and it's just the nature of the beast. I get it. It's not necessarily a huge criticism on the officers themselves per se. I think there was some fuckery going on there. They could have been
Their reaction was way too slow.
Yeah. That being said, FD did not make it easy. I know you can't contribute to the securing of a person, but you can at least get people moved. 'Cause if there's no humans there, it's just a crashed car and this guy with a knife. Officers have an easier way of making an arrest plan. That was a real shitty situation, though.
Yeah.
And again, the level of ignorance going on here. Instead of being worried about, hey, let's have my kid get taken care of. This dumbass decides to go and pull a knife around. For what, too?
Well, and he was drunk, so.
He was probably hammered, is probably what it was. That was a DWI turned into an officer-involved shooting. And again, people, like, just don't realize, like, that's out there, dude. Like, that's... No amount of de-escalating that would have worked. Because he's... And again, you don't know why this guy's running around with a knife. Like, why does he need a knife to go walk his kid away from here? Like, is he kidnapping them? There's so many things that run through your head in these type of situations. So, good on them for not hurting anybody else. But, geez, dude. FD can use a fire hose. My guy, Boom 11 here. My dude. He's on the big brains shit right there. They should get that kind of training. Why isn't FD getting more training on how to help?
You know how long it takes to get those hoses out?
It does take a hot minute. Have fun, my sheepdog. Man, Sean. I love this guy. I can see how FD gets in the way. Yeah, I was lucky that I never had FD buddy fuck me like that on scene.
Well,
fortunately.
when we had FD come, they couldn't wait to leave, so they were never hanging around.
That's true. That's true. You're right. We're gonna stay in the truck.
Yeah. It's cool if we stay in the truck.
Oh my god. We're out there putting down road flares like a bunch of scrubs because we're trying not to get hit by DWI, and they're like chilling inside of their fire truck.
You guys good if we clear?
You guys good if we clear? No. This is an interstate highway.
Yeah.
Could you like not, please?
So
like a week ago, an officer died like in this very same situation. But I guess whatever. Fuck me.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. This is from the great city of Houston.
My guys.
At approximately respond suspect with litigation.
I don't
around impairment charge for.
Admin's like, yeah, I would have totally schooled this.
Cool dude.
Hey, shout out to Motorola.
Just on my car with.
Okay.
Car gurus.
This is why I hate YouTube clips.
He's at home base. He made it home base. Yep. Talk about a shit situation. You think that counts as a fleeing felon?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, what are you doing, my guy? Oh, did they help subdue this guy?
I don't know.
If you could see what's going on here. I guess they nicked him.
Body cam.
Oh, Jesus, bro. Get that rifle in this fight, dude.
Oh. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my guy.
Where's that? Where's that?
I don't know where the gunfire's at. Jesus, dude. I'm not here to criticize.
Shot fire, shot fire.
Dispatch, you fucking cunts. Where are you?
Dispatch address. Get on the ground, get on the ground. Turn the stomach.
Did he get him with the rifle?
Maybe. Shout out if he did, but... Pause it real quick. Bro. So, car ready's a thing. My procedure, every single time I got to work, I would remove my rifle from the rifle case, insert a magazine, verify that it was car ready, which means there's not a round chambered. I would verify that all of my rounds were seated correctly, because we had to have coupled mags like this guy did, so sometimes your rounds would kind of rattle out. And I would turn on my red dot. and I would go all the way over to the right and then 2 clicks back. I still remember this to this day. We had an aim point on there, and it would sit like that. I would test my flashlight really quickly, make sure everything works. So the only thing I had to do, hit the button, rack around in, flip the safety off. That's all I had to do, and I practiced that a bunch for that very reason. Jeez, dude. He could have ended that fight probably within seconds.
Well, he was pretty far away.
I'm with you. I'm tracking on that, but it does frustrate me a little bit that SOPs, like, his get ready procedure fucked him right there. Like, what if they had hit an officer?
Complacency, dude.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
Tell you
Not to shit
what.
on them. I'm glad it didn't hurt anybody else, but oh boy, but...
If I worked in Houston, I'd be checking my shit hourly, I think.
Yeah, I'd be like re-verifying. Yeah, that's still on. It's dude. In Houston, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Also, look at how old this car is.
I know.
Bro.
It's got a tape deck.
Oh shit, bro, get out your car, my dude. Jesus, look at his backstop. Oh, boy's got a red dot. Oh, look at this backstop. Oh. Oh, he did get nailed. Yeah, somebody hit him. Look at that. They're helping him out. Tell you what, cops are a different breed, my dude. This guy just tried to kill you, and you're like, hey man, I want to make sure you don't die.
Yeah.
Different breed.
Oh, what a terrible spot for the radio.
Dude, no kidding. Jeez, dude. Talk about a bad day. I'll tell you what, this lead officer is killing the game right now.
Shots fired! Be back up! Get a rifle!
So it was
Somebody
either
hit him.
it was
Somebody
either
hit him
him
right there,
or
yeah.
the dude with the rifle.
Yeah.
I think it was this guy, honestly.
So I will say this too, and this is something unique to law enforcement that you often don't see in like military settings and stuff like that. Their backstop was a neighborhood, dude.
Yeah,
like,
awful.
And like long ways in the neighborhood. Jeez, like.
Yeah, awful.
Like, not even unaliving by cop. Wow, Chris, Jesus. I'm thinking the driver was on meth. Probably. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Could be.
FD should have some sort of preparation to be helpful. I agree.
They don't. They never will.
But yeah, that is the shortest of straws there. Those first 2 officers had it pretty bad, and then they had old boy there with his blue charging handle as a backup. They had a pretty short stick.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for not hurting anybody else. That's good. And I'm glad the officers were injured, I hope, at least. Talk about rough, though. Jeez.
I know.
All right. Civilian Office of Police Accountability. COPA.
Body
cam video
in Chicago.
So this is a police shooting in Lawndale. In fact, this was the scene last month where 2 Chicago police officers were shot and the suspected gunman also wounded. Investigators saying that those officers were responding to a shot spotter alert, and they approached a man that they then saw in the area. So here's the newly released body cam video. You can see the police there following. The man's going down the alley there, and they're shouting at him to stop, but he's keeping on walking until he suddenly then takes out a gun and fires right at them. And I do want to warn you that the video you're about to see is disturbing, but remember, everyone survived.
Show your hands, dude. Get your hands out of your pocket. Dude, stop. Get your hands out. Come on.
Now here's that
Well, I tell
confrontation
you
again.
what.
This is from the other officer's body camera. Police returned fire, and the suspect, who we now know as Bruce Lua, was hit in the
Christ,
leg but
dude.
survived. Both of the
It's too bad that everybody survived that one, huh?
Mm-hmm. Damn. What a fucked situation, dude.
Yeah.
And I will say this. If the call is a shots fired thing and police are responding, you're going to understand why they're going to get a little ignorant with you.
Yeah.
Like, Like I said, I multiple times, at least I could think off the top of my head, I'd say about 5 or 6 times, completely pointed a gun at somebody that was totally unrelated to something because they perfectly matched the description and were in the area.
But you never know.
And I was like, here's my name, here's my badge number. Sorry, file the complaint, whatever. I have to go still deal with this situation.
Yeah.
Because I'm not done here. You get to be. And whatever. I'm going to go finish piling on my PTSD here. But... And I had a few times where people were pretty pissed. I had one guy who was actually really reasonable about it. He was super cool about it.
He was the exception, not the rule.
Oh, yeah. Every single time, yeah. I was pretty... If I can say something positive, and this really had more to do with my supervisors at the time, my immediate supervisors at the time, really went to bat for us because they understood the environment that we were working in. They were like, yeah, he articulated perfectly clearly in his report why what happened, and whatever. But yeah, it happens. You know, and if you're a civilian, you'll never be in the situation where you're running up trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in a shooting, nor will you ever be tasked with trying to find the person who did it.
Yeah.
The person who's willing to indiscriminately shoot at people, or on purpose shoot at people, probably isn't going to jail pretty easy. Unfortunately, it ends up like this a lot.
So, this is our last video. It's a guy getting shot after he points a toy gun at police.
I don't do that.
Take emergency. Hey, see the Hunter. Thank you. Hello?
Hi, I'm at Fort Washington Fitness. I'm just leaving there. There's someone driving around saying they're going to start shooting people.
Okay, you have a
Thank
description
you
of the vehicle
for
or the
this
person?
great 911 call.
He was wearing a hood and just like a white wagon.
A white wagon?
Volkswagen, something like that.
Okay, any license plate info?
I didn't get a plate.
Okay, what color was the hoodie?
I couldn't see it. It's dark.
Was it a dark hoodie or a light hoodie?
If I were to guess, dark.
Okay, and tell me what happened. What was the person doing?
Just driving around, and he was waving a gun out the window. It looked like he said he was gonna start shooting, and I just got out of there.
Okay, what kind of gun was it?
I couldn't tell you.
Was it a handgun, a long gun?
A handgun, I think.
Okay, was it dark?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and then what race was he?
White, I believe.
Did he say it to anybody in particular, or was just kind of saying it openly?
Openly.
And what direction was he going?
He was just doing circles in the parking lot. I didn't know.
And how long ago did you see him?
A minute. I got out there as soon as I heard him talking.
Okay. And your name?
Brian.
And what's your callback number?
I was like, bro, don't dox this guy. Oh, straight up. He's just chilling.
In a white wagon.
Where's patrol?
Did you call the police about somebody with a gun?
I can't tell you how many times I've done this.
Okay, hey, are you still at that location?
No.
No, I walked away.
Is he still there?
Look at how annoyed he
when
is.
I left.
Okay. Where can I meet you?
I'm already well away. Are you sure he's not still there?
I don't know. I'm driving over there right now. That's why I'm trying to see if he's there. But I want to meet with you to talk to you about what happened.
So I'm already on the way to Madera. I guess we can turn around. Oh, is there a place we can meet?
Yeah. I mean, you could come back to Fort Washington by the 41. Did you see a gun?
He was waving something. He said he was going to start shooting. That's the best description I saw. It was small.
You didn't see a gun, though?
This cop was trying to get himself
I guess
out of the
it was. I don't know.
You don't know if it was a gun? How far were you?
Pause.
About maybe...
Not to shit on this cop, but like... his line of questioning is cracking me up.
So to be fair...
I'm with you.
If there was only one caller...
I'm with you.
I'd probably be asking the same questions.
Sure. You're right.
You would too.
Oh, I'm like I said, not trying to dig on this guy because I would be casting a stone of which I do not have the.
You'd break all the windows in your glass house.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, they'd all be gone. I've very much been really annoyed at the 18 millionth time a bit, and especially depending on who's calling.
Yeah,
because we did have a handful of people in our city that probably logged 400 to 500 calls a year, and you would the dispatch started recognizing the phone number. We would recognize the name of the complainant.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. I had to point it out.
50 feet or so. Like, he was just driving around yelling. He was looking right at me when I got out there.
Okay, what were you doing over there?
Just going out for a walk.
You were walking over there by Fort Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was he just yelling it out in particular, or was he trying to tell you, or what was? How did that happen?
I couldn't tell you. I was just in the area, and he drove by and said he was going to start shooting, and I just got out there.
He said, "Show enough." This is when he realized he fucked up.
Yep.
This is the precise moment they realized they fucked up by taking this call.
Driver, put your hands up. Walk back over here with your hands up now. Put your hands up. Take your hands out of your pocket now. Hands out of your pocket. I'm going to shoot you. Take your hand out of your pocket. 7-3 got shots fired. Suspect down. Shots fired.
Oh, he hit the red button. Look at that. This backup officer was a straight up.
Take your hands out of your pockets. Take your hands out of your pockets. Boy, I'm 14 walking terrible. Take your hand out of your pocket, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what you can do there.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Bro, his radio traffic was legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that first cop might be in a little bit of trouble for those extra shots.
That second string of fire, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I kind of squinted at it, and I was like, maybe he moved, and then I was like, no, he
maybe he moved.
I was like, no, he didn't move. Yeah, I mean that's the concept of unaliving yourself via cop is a thing.
He survived.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, he took the. Wow, what an idiot.
So. Yeah.
I'm glad he's okay. I take that back. I'm sorry. That's the cop in me. But there was a lot of times where I was able to outsmart the person attempting to unalive themselves via popo.
Yes.
Many a times. Mostly also because I had very good officers that I worked with. Like I said, I was very, very lucky early in my career to have some really badass senior officers that taught me everything I needed to know on how to keep myself safe. And it was important. And so it happened a lot. I know that most people in a civilian context won't ever be stuck in that situation, but if you have it, it puts you under a lot of stress. Hey, look, we're live. This is watching Inception here. He's twitching. Jesus. Boom, oh my god.
I forgot about this one.
Oh, what is this?
I want to watch this one. This is the
check
one.
out this. Look at this MKZ.
So, this is the one I sent in the group chat.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to see this.
Yeah, you did. It was a while ago. You'll recognize it here in a second.
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you, sir?
You mind rolling the back window down? I can't see in the back.
Look at this guy. Absolute veteran.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? If you all could just do me a favor, make sure your hands I can see all y'all's hands, okay?
Nice guy.
I'm doing good. Is this your car?
This is my godmother's car.
Your grandmother's?
Godmother.
Your godmother. Okay. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Whatever you need, I'm cooperating. Whatever you need.
All right. You got a good driver's license on you?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Would you give that to me verbally, my dude? The safe way to do
Where
it.
y'all headed to?
I was going to Walmart, go see what
Yeah.
find out it was closed. That's why I busted U-turn.
I got you.
And then I was just heading on.
Did you realize that's why I pulled you over?
Yes, sir. I know.
Okay. All right, I was just checking.
Just because the light was, I thought just because the light was red and then there was no one coming, I could actually make that U-turn.
Okay.
But that's the only reason I did bust the U-turn.
Damn, that's why you stopped this car. I get the stop, but
I mean,
if
it
you had
doesn't
PC.
say don't bust a U-turn on red.
Okay.
It just says.
It doesn't
Okay.
say
So
don't
when
do
it's a
it.
red arrow, it basically means don't go.
Jesus, dude.
Right?
Yes, sir. You're right.
Okay.
He said it didn't
All
say I
right.
couldn't.
You got your
Sound
ID
like
on
it.
you real quick? Any firearms in the vehicle, anything like that?
May I turn off the car?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Bro, my guy.
Well, I do know my ID by heart.
Where's your ID at?
I left it at home. I was going to Walmart. No,
You left it at home? Do you have a good license?
Yes, sir, I do. That's why
Okay.
I can give you everything, whatever you need.
Okay.
Car.
Go ahead, step out the vehicle now.
Yes, sir, no problem. Whatever you need, you need.
Turn around. Do you mind if I check you for weapons?
do.
He said, please do.
Is that just a little bit of weed in your pocket?
No, sir, that's bag of chips.
Bag of chips?
Bag of chips.
Rather presumptuous of you, officer.
Alright.
Said, "Oh, it's just a bag of chips."
I'm pretty sure the car smells like weed.
That's my guess.
No. Just slide back here with me. Let me get your ID real quick.
Oh, well, I don't actually, but I know my ID number by heart, and it's me.
You have a driver's license?
Yes,
you
sir.
just gotta have a state ID card.
I have a driver's license with my name on it. Everything is just that it's at the house. I know
It's at the house. Okay.
I know my whole number by heart.
Okay, cool. Quick question. Do you have a medical marijuana card?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Where is that at?
That's also at the house.
Okay.
And I do have the code and everything for that. That's why, if possible, as far as getting my phone, because I do have a marijuana
You have a
card.
picture of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does everyone in there have a medical marijuana card?
I'm not sure about them, but that's why I was driving.
Okay.
As far as just in case of having.
All right. You have your phone on you that you can show me the medical marijuana? Yeah. Go ahead and grab the phone.
Bro, this guy's so tired.
Let's look that up real quick.
Yes, sir. I'm pull up the email if you don't mind.
He needs an energy drink.
He really does. Shout out to Celsius. Sponsor us, please. It's a pretty standard investigation.
Yeah.
I have spent hundreds of hours doing
Okay.
this very thing.
Yourself in there.
Yes, sir.
On top of the car. Go ahead, slide in. I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. Quick question: do you have a medical marijuana card?
Sir, I don't answer any questions, sir.
Okay,
I-
step
my
out of the
guy.
vehicle for me.
I can show you my. I can show
Step out of the vehicle for me. Do not reach behind your back.
I'm not reaching behind my
Step
back,
out of the
sir.
vehicle.
You reaching for your weapon.
Because you reached behind your
I'm
back
trying to
when
show
I
you
told
my
you to
hand.
step out of the car. Step out of the car, do it now.
I got.
Step out of the car, do it now.
I got my. Listen,
Step out of the car when I tell you to.
I'm finna, sir.
You're gonna do it now.
You know who I am, sir. You know who I am.
Stop reaching.
Listen, sir. I'm a brother, sir.
Jesus, dude. Oh.
So, not only that, he's wearing body armor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there might not be
I just noticed the Molly there. Jeez.
there might not be a plate in there, but
Oh, yeah.
you're trying to make a statement. So,
I can show you my identification.
Keep both
sir.
your hands up, just
I
like
can
you're
show
doing
you my
now.
identification.
You understand me?
Pull your gun out.
I got a weapon on me, sir.
I know you got one.
He told him, pull your gun up.
Pull your gun up. Hey!
Stop!
Sir,
Stop!
you put me in handcuffs now, sir. Put me in handcuffs, sir. Sir.
so one of the passengers ran. So his backup officer left him
Jeez,
with this dude.
Got me right here, sir. Get on the ground.
Thank you. This is gonna go poorly. This is gonna go poorly. Gotta reload, my dude. Fuck everything about what's going on right now.
HQ. Shots fired. We're at.
That's enough of that.
Jeez, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah. So there's that.
Don't if you're arresting someone and you're another officer and you're watching someone arrest somebody, don't run after somebody else that ran.
Well, also, I have two problems. One, you felt the gun. Why didn't you say gun, gun, gun?
Yeah.
Instead of pull your gun out. What? What are you talking about? Why?
Yeah.
And then two, like you said, why are you chasing a passenger?
Brian Porter said, I have an officer shooting question for y'all. Go ahead and shoot away. I'll be more than happy to answer.
Shoot away.
I'm such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. Brian Porter, go ahead and ask. Man, I don't know, dude. I'm more mad about the backup officer leaving in the middle of him detaining a guy that's got a body armor and a gun on him.
Yeah.
That being said, and again, the guy chilling with the body armor and the gun on him is getting placed in handcuffs. Like, if he gets placed in handcuffs and gets to go to the back of the car, like, he's fine.
Yep.
I don't understand people. Yeah, as Boom says, it's that's why, like, SOPs are a thing. It's kind of why you do stuff like that. I don't know. Should the department make them do more training after that shooting? There's more.
You need to be a better backup officer.
There's more wrong about the situation than the shooting, should I say. I mean, ultimately, you got a driver that committed a moving violation in front of an officer, and he stopped the car, approaches the car. This guy doesn't have a driver's license on him, right? And then he can smell marijuana in the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pulls the driver out. He's going to the passenger when he's going to secure said passenger, which at that point, everyone in that car is detained.
Yeah.
Once you smell marijuana, everyone in that car is detained. When the passengers, now really the only one being an issue, let's be 100% honest, the backup officer needs to understand the situation that he's in. It's like, hey, not only do I have PC for an arrest effectively already, but like, I have an armed person in front of me resisting arrest. Like, how is my mind going anywhere else?
And he started resisting immediately.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Should the department make them do more training after a shooting? They should make them do more before the shooting. I'm going to be honest with you. I think after the shooting, there's got to be probably a cool-off period for obviously evaluating the criteria around the shooting and making sure that everything was done correctly. I'm going to be honest. The arresting officer, I guess the officer that we got to see from his perspective, I don't really see anything wrong with what he did. The frisk was good. He articulated the stop. I think he was very courteous and understanding about the whole thing. Pennsylvania versus Mims allows him to do the whole extraction in the vehicle. He's pretty reasonable with the guy. And again, his little Ralphie in his head was like, I'm in danger. He realized, I got a car. There's something wrong with the tag on top of that, because the guy was like, this is kind of sus. This guy's driving his godmother's car or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that don't have IDs, but it's like reeks of marijuana. And then by the time he gets to this other guy, he's got body armor and a gun on him. Like, he understood the situation he was in, and I think he acted accordingly. The backup officer really fucked that primary officer, like, hard. Because had he been able to put hands on him right then and there, and actually helped him put him in an arrestable position, does that expose you for a second? Yes, but you know this guy's a threat. You don't know about everybody else. If you have a third officer, it'd be nice because then at least somebody can do scene security. But in that moment, that guy becomes your primary issue because he's the threat. Yes, I guess they should get more training, but I really think like,
and they will. I mean, watching that video,
they will.
Yeah.
That being said, like I think it's more complicated than that. Like it's not just training that failed here. Like there's also like if I got 4, I'm gonna be honest, with 4 subjects in a car, I'm probably asking for a third.
Yeah.
Or a fourth, if they're available. Now, if the department doesn't have them available, it is what it is. But, like, I'm not terribly interested in doing an interdiction stop when I'm outnumbered 2 to 1. Like, it's just not... Because, again, it could turn out... What if that entire car decided to turn on those guys with deadly force?
Yeah, and it could have. I mean...
You're probably dealing with 2 dead cops right there, to be honest. Luck he didn't have a dead cop right then and there anyways, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
But that also goes to show you the difference in complying with an officer versus resisting with an officer. Granted, one guy had a gun, but...
Sure. But if he didn't fight, if he didn't resist, if he didn't run, he'd be alive today. We don't know if he died or not. But
I think he died.
Yeah.
I think. I didn't look into it a whole bunch, but...
And like it... I don't know. Yeah. To answer your question, yes, Brian Porter, I think there should be more training, but it's a much more systemic problem than just a lack of training. Like there's so much that goes into... And I said it earlier in this podcast. I talked about, like, so many people don't have... You not only don't have the training, you also don't have experienced officers willing to stay to train newer ones that have, because it's a merging of experience and training. That's what creates success. It's not just training and it's not just experience. A lot of people get that twisted. Yeah. I was in an officer-involved shooting 2 days after Christmas. Bro, R.I.P., my guy.
Yikes.
The scariest thing of my life. Bro, I bet. I could only fucking imagine. We had... I think 4 while we were in our old department while we were there. I'm going to train even more now. Bro, God bless you. I'm glad you were able to walk away from that, and I know you probably cannot talk about it given that it happened pretty recently.
But we're glad you're here to tell us.
But we're glad you're here to tell us, and that you're not concerned about whatever. And a lot of people don't realize also, like, when it comes to officer-involved shootings, like, it's not just the shooting that's stressful. And the PTSD probably afterwards, all that kind of nonsense. Mm-hmm. There's also like the criminal investigation side of this stuff. Until it gets fully adjudicated and it's like, okay, yeah, the DA is coming back, like we're not pressing charges and all that. Like you're really on the hook for a minimum of like 6 to 8 months, probably, depending on the jurisdiction. That's hard. And like I said, I think it kind of goes to Brian's point here and what he's talking about. If he is in a department that's going to value the situation that he emerged himself from, right, and they support him correctly with everything that he needs, that experience needs to be imparted upon officers that are coming into that job because they haven't faced that yet. Again, technically, I would be part of that group of people that hadn't faced that situation yet. And having it while we're serving a warrant or while we're stopping a car or while we're doing whatever, I might be all zoned in on, I got PC for this, and I think I can detain for that, or whatever. What's going to hit his mind before it's going to hit my mind is, if I had to get into a shooting, let me pick where this is going to happen. So I think there's mad respect for that kind of stuff. And yes, me and all the other officers are not cleared yet. Yeah, bro, God bless you for that.
It'll take forever.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute. Respect to you, Brian. Takes guts to be a cop nowadays. It's hard. And like I said, to even stay after, I left for considerably less egregious situations like that because I was nervous about how my department would handle it. That very specific situation.
Yeah.
I've seen officers get hemmed up for a lot less than a shooting. So it's stressful. Like I said, if you have any outreach stuff that you want or whatever, or if you have any questions or just, I don't know, need to talk or decompress with somebody that can't go to IA on you, go ahead and welcome to OnlyCops. But that is, and there are people, and Brian's among this group of people, that are willing to subject themselves to those situations for people, for the civilian audience that hopefully still watching. I don't know, man. It's a lot to ask. I think it's too much to ask, to be honest, especially for how little, in general, society doesn't understand or appreciate how dangerous that situation is, and how much these officers are really giving up to do that job. So, thank you, Brian, for your service. I quit because I'm a quitter, and so
I'm also a quitter.
I was like, we're both quitters. You not only stayed, but you are almost paid a much bigger price than just the trouble that it's giving you now. So, no, thank you. It really does. I think it's, having personally known 2 officers that I worked with that were involved in officer-involved shootings. I could tell how hard that situation was for them. I watched kids die. I got into plenty of uses of forces. I watched successful suicides, worked bad car accidents. I can't imagine there's anything more stressful than an OIS, to be honest. I don't know. And even in that situation, like, to think that you're over there doing your job and somebody decides that killing you is worth not suffering some sort of consequence for whatever it is that you do. Like, that's the real brain fuck there. Like, it's one thing, like, you go to the Marine Corps, it's kill, 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 rah, rah, and I'm going to go to some foreign country where they're not paying the taxes that put me here, America's doing it. You go into that understanding, these people kind of fucking hate me because we spend half our time, drone striking these guys. It is what it is. The quagmire that warfare is what it is. But in law enforcement, like, again, in Brian's situation, like, you are experiencing that same level of threat in, like, your backyard or, like, in a place that you might go shopping. Like, it's a weird brain fuck. And then to try to go back and, like, talk to civilians, that are like, oh, I don't understand why that officer shot, or I don't understand why he's afraid, or I don't understand. You're like, well,
you never
have
will.
to deal with it. Yeah, you never will.
You never will.
Technically, if I do my job well, you never will understand that. It's just different.
Oof.
Before my Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
I'll read it out loud for everybody here. Before my 2.5 years in the streets, I did almost 10 in corrections. I've been attacked almost. Yeah, it's just different. U.S. Army. I'm no crown eater. Fucking boom, Jesus.
God.
Shout out to Boom for going to the group of to the military branch that has the lowest requirements. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna talk shit about veterans. It's different.
I think
it's
that's
weird.
the Coast Guard, dude.
Hey, the Coast Guard kicks ass. Sometimes. I don't know, on the coast, whatever there's some stuff that happens there. I'm not gonna trash on any of that, but kind of was getting back, and this is technically why Bill and we've had this conversation multiple times about, like, why we left. It's one thing that I think every officer signs up for, and that's, I might die at work, right? That's a possibility. There's people that do shitty stuff, and hopefully I train enough and I'm in good enough shape, and I don't know, I make good decisions, and that keeps me alive, or that keeps me relatively safe. The worst part, and Brian actually brought it up, the scarier part of that is I might do all of those things correctly and within the confines of the law or whatever, but because somebody's got an axe to grind, I have to go to prison for it.
Yeah.
That's like, I couldn't reconcile that, to be honest. That is, I am thoroughly impressed with all of the good cops, and I say good on purpose because I put myself at risk and got injured because I did the job the right way. People that are still willing to do it, and some people don't have an out, or some people just legit give more fucks than I do. I respect them, to be honest. You gotta at least know how to swim in the Coast Guard for Juan. Jesus. Hey, the pool boy in the Coast Guard, JK, just still respect. That's funny. They're trashing them. Yes, today, times split, second choice may be judged for years. Yeah. Yeah, that's even here, like, and I always try to be relatively careful about some of these things as we look at, and you'll always hear us say that when we're looking at a lot of these situations, as we break them down and as we talk about them, it's like, given the circumstances or given whatever, XYZ probably could have happened. It is what it is on what happens. 9 times out of 10, this is all stupid because there's people doing stupid shit that cause officers to do that nonsense.
Yeah.
And most of the time, our frustrations come from how inherently unsafe the situation became for said officers because of said decisions. We're not mad that the shooting happened. We're mad, well, sometimes. We're oftentimes mad that, like, this could be safer, not just for them, but for everybody else that's around them. It is a headspace that civilians will never honestly understand. And I'll always kind of say that. It was weird for me. Producer Juan will understand this. He got to know me when I was still a very happy, naive person. And we talked about it after I got out and we started doing OnlyCops. He's like, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. And it's not like a rainy cloud that goes over your head. There's just like
you have a different personality.
It's just different. I don't know how to explain it. Like, the lens that you see the world through and the lens that you kind of qualify stuff in. And then also, like, being personally victimized by society, not like one person or like a group of people or just admin, like collectively, we got to pay the tab for society to behave the way that they do. Whether it was shutdowns, whether it was political statements, whether it was whatever the fuck it was. Ultimately, we paid the tab every single time. And like, that's such a it erodes at your morale, and more than that, it kind of erodes. Like I said, I literally, the day it finally happened to me and the long dick of society finally came and fucked me, you know, I went and murdered the civilian in me in a violent way, because I was like, you're going to get me killed. You're going to make it to where I don't get to go home, or you're the reason why I might end up going to prison. So, well, look at this. But your broken brain makes for such great content.
Gosh.
So anyway, do we have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. I don't want to make this too terribly long-winded. Go ahead and put a baby Jesus in the chat for us if you're still here, for Brian and his situation. I want to personally thank Brian for what he's doing out there. Like I said, if I didn't already say it, you're a fucking better dude than me. I quit literally for less than what you're dealing with. So. And reach out to us if you have any questions or need any support stuff or whatever. Just reach out to us. You can direct message us on Instagram. I think TikTok maybe we can or cannot do it, but Instagram for sure.
Do Instagram.
We do get those. Yeah, but reach out to us on Instagram. We can kind of chit chat and talk about it, and we can maybe even push you over to our Discord. Our Discord is for Patreon subscribers. Go join our Patreon. It's as little as $1 a month. If you want to be part of that, and then go check out our stupid admin skits if you want to either crush or raise your morale, because it does both in its own weird way. If you guys have any suggestions for content you want us to do, go ahead and put that in the comments below if you're watching this after the fact. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if, when we reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 50,000 followers on TikTok, Producer Juan has authorized a giveaway. So we're giving a merch giveaway. I don't know. Producer Juan will have to put it in the chat what we're giving away. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like $80 worth of merch. Might be more. We got more merch stuff going down the pipeline. We got some cool shit going on. And that's all I can think of. We go live giving away fancy shit. That's what Producer Juan said. We go live twice a week. We're going to be going live again on Tuesday. I think we're still playing Ready or Not. We're having a blast playing that. If you guys want to be part of that, again, you got to be part of our Patreon group.
Well, and we need to do better than we did this Tuesday. So.
God, dude, we got hoed this past Tuesday. We got hammered, so.
Yeah.
No offense to Sean. Or Boom. Boom was there, actually, for a little bit.
I think Boom survived the whole round. So.
I think he did. I think you're right. So anyways, I don't have anything else. I appreciate you guys driving like 15 man with us. I'm going to go down the chat, make sure I got everybody. Boom was here. Brian was here. R.I.P. Love you, my dude.
Sean and Chris.
Chris and Sean were both here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Chris. He always cheers. Oh, Jacob was here as well. Thank you, Jacob.
And Producer Juan.
and producer Juan, always here with the snarky fucking comments. And and Boom we'll thank him for his service in the yard. Anyways, with that done, I appreciate you guys for staying here, and until next time, peace.